call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have.
Welcome back to Marcus Football Night, the pregame show here on Tradio and Champion Sports Radio. And we're joined right now by Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. Coach, unfortunate loss on Friday night. I know that was a very tough, emotional game for everyone involved. I guess if you wanted to put a small silver lining on this whole thing is that
we got to go play the rest of our district schedule, and we still control our destiny. If we want to.
talk about.
We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. Thin our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. There's strength in our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary.
The Marauders battled to a final ending that tipped the other way. It was an instant classic, with a 55-second drive for a TD that was simply spectacular. It's time to reset and focus on this game, this night, against Hebron. It begins now. This is Marcus Football Night on Tradio.
Good evening, Marauder football fans, and you are looking live for hopefully the first full-time game this year at the field here at Marauder Stadium, where tonight the Marcus Marauders take on the Hebron Hawks as they try to recover from the loss last week at Louisville in the battle for the Axe and try to get that first district win here in 5-6A. This is Jacob Dedamore, as always joined by my broadcast partner Tim Smith. And Tim, as we come into this game tonight, Marcus is in the exact same position they were last year. One less game on the record because we had the only home game this year canceled by the weather around here in the Metroplex, but same position they were in last year. Very difficult, emotional very late. In this case, it didn't go to overtime, but it was in the final seconds. Lost to their crosstown rival, Louisville, in the Battle of the Axe, and having to recover from that the next week to get back on track. And it started district play just like it did last year, having to get themselves back on track, recover from it, so that they can move forward in their district schedule and still accomplish their goals.
It's never easy or fun to lose to your district rival first game of the year in the Battle of the Axe, and to lose the way they did makes it even a little worse, right? Makes it sting just a little bit more. Last year they were hungover for a couple of weeks after that loss. This year the idea is to knock that hangover out really quick, get a nice, big egg sandwich with some ketchup on that thing, get some grease in you, get that hangover out of you, and come out here and take your emotions out on the Hebron Hawks and get a big win here at home tonight.
I love a good breakfast sandwich. I don't know about the ketchup part, but I do love a good breakfast sandwich. It just starts your day off right, You're correct. I mean, look, the circumstances are slightly different. Last year, that loss to Louisville was here at Marauders Stadium. It was in overtime after, they had a 10-point lead and lost it in the fourth quarter, and Louisville prevailed in overtime. This year, similar in the fact that they lost a 2-score lead last week in the fourth quarter, a 9-point lead this time, but this time it was on the road. You're getting to come home in front of your fans where, everybody should be pretty excited because they didn't really get a home game a few weeks ago because of the weather. And so they really, for the first time, get the first chance to do the whole thing at home, the whole presentation, cheer on the Marauders and try to get them to a home win and get that first district schedule. One of the things we talked about this last week and we talked about it with Coach Alexander, which we'll hear in just a little bit. You mentioned how it really seemed to affect them, and Coach even said this later on in the season. I think that loss beat us more than once. This is one of those situations where, as emotional as it is, and that's the tough part about starting district with a rivalry game, is the fact that regardless of win or lose, it's very emotional, and the following week just isn't going to have that same level of emotion no matter who wins or loses.
Yeah, and it's okay to not have the same level of emotion. What they need to have is a little bit of higher level of intensity for tonight so they can come out and get this big win. I mean, on paper, the Marauders are much better than the Hebron Hawks, and they should win the game. But this game is not played on paper. It's played out here on this beautiful turf field that we see before us, and what an atmosphere we have. You talked about it. The first real home game of the year. We've got junior cheerleaders out here. We've got a huge crowd of kids that are cheering and doing their thing. They bring their parents. This place is going to be packed here tonight, and looking for a real exciting game. And for Marcus to really just let it fly tonight, forget about last week, starting off right now. You're still looking for those 4 wins. Get to that 4 wins, and it's got to start off here tonight.
All right, we're going to take a break here on Marcus Football Nights here on Tradio and Champion Sports Radio. When we come back, we will hear the thoughts of Marcus head coach Mike Alexander coming off of last week's road loss at Louisville. This is Marcus Football Nights.
He's into the end zone. 10-5 touchdown.
Welcome back to Marcus Football Night, the pregame show here on Tradio and Champion Sports Radio. And we're joined right now by Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. Coach, unfortunate loss on Friday night. I know that was a very tough, emotional game for everyone involved. I guess if you wanted to put a small silver lining on this whole thing is that you're in the same position you were in last year, so at least you have a good idea of how you want to handle it this time with the kids. What did you tell the guys after the game and on Saturday during film session?
Oh man, like that's about a 30-minute question right there. But the thing that's pertinent to this game this week is I told them, regardless if we won, we beat Louisville, didn't beat Louisville, we got to go play the rest of our district schedule. And we still control our destiny. If we want to do what we want to do this year and, go make a run in the playoffs, then, one game isn't going to define this season. We talked about this happens weekly on Saturdays. This happens on Sundays. I mean, you think Georgia is folding tent and saying, well, season's over? No, Georgia's getting back to work. They got beat by Alabama. It's a good football team, and they got to find a way to go finish the SEC schedule out. And we're in the same boat. I reminded our guys this morning that last Thanksgiving, while we were sitting at home, sitting with our families, having Thanksgiving dinner, that Hebron was getting ready to play a third round playoff game against Southlake. And it all started with them being ready to play. Because, I mean, they're coming off a loss against Coppell, just like they were last year. We're coming off a loss against Hebron, who can bounce back and play this and be at their best this game. And that's what it boils down to. So I anticipate that our guys will be ready to play. It's unfortunate we got a couple guys out, but other guys got to step up and do more. And we're going to have a good plan, and we're going to be ready to play Friday night.
One staple of a Coach Alexander team has always been discipline and great special teams. Those were certainly needed this past weekend, and it seemed like there was a few untimely penalties and special teams, certainly an issue, particularly on the coverage side. Were those two items of focus this week, and what's the message to get those things righted for you all?
Yeah, you're right, Tim. I mean, there was two major ones. A punt that caused us to call a timeout because one of our players wasn't focused and locked in and didn't take the field. And then the final kickoff was just absolute chaos. There was a lot going on. The emotions were high. We had just scored to take the lead with 40 something seconds left in the game. And we'd had an injury previously earlier in the game to one of our guys on the kickoff unit, and there was some confusion on who would be replacing him in that moment. We had to scramble to get 11 guys out there on the field. Didn't have the luxury of calling timeout to get it set up right. Didn't get the ball kicked exactly where we wanted to get it kicked, and our coverage was bad. And when you're in that situation, it's imperative to execute. We didn't. And I got to take full responsibility for it because ultimately it means we weren't ready in that moment. And we've made efforts at practice the last 2 days to correct our sideline organization, making sure that we have the right personnel and what everybody's role is after we score a touchdown and those types of things. Hindsight's 2020, obviously, and it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I told our kids the difference in winning and losing in many cases in a game like that is just how you feel afterwards. Because, I mean, if we tackle the guy and they don't score in the last 40 seconds, then we're on cloud nine. That doesn't take away from all the positive things that we did in the first 47 minutes of that game. And so what we got to do is build on the positive of the first 47 minutes and make sure we don't end up in that situation again.
Speaking of those first 47 minutes, there were a lot of really good things to be positive about, even in the fourth quarter when the offense had had so many problems getting on track and Louisville just worked their way back to take the lead. Your guys stepped up in those final couple of minutes to drive down the field and get the lead back from Louisville. How do you, as a coaching staff especially, how do you take those things and try to shine the light on them so that everything negative that happened really kind of gets put to the side?
Yeah, I mean, and what's crazy is like what we do on Friday nights, it's on a smaller scale, but everybody experiences this at every level of football. I mean, what was Brian Kelly's big talking point at the end of the LSU game? Complimentary football, right? Like complimentary football. We did have a lot of good things go on in that game, but we weren't very complimentary because look at our defense. Guys, we defended 92 snaps of the night,
Mm-hmm.
okay, on defense. So it was a matter of time before our defensive guys began to wear down and run out of juice. And that third quarter, when I don't know that we gained a first down in the third quarter, And we kept putting our defense back out there and kept putting our defense back out there. And all that added up, over time. We're in the fourth quarter, man, we ran out of juice, and their athletes looked faster than ours and made plays. But credit to our offensive players and our offensive staff that when the time came to go back and extend the lead. I think we extended it 21-12, then lost it, and then gained it back. They're 28-27. We're a different football team than we were a year ago. I think a year ago in that game, we had to score on special teams to get to 21. I mean, we legitimately scored 4 touchdowns against Louisville offensively, even though the third quarter was horrific. So we have the tools, we have the quarterback to go down and make plays when we need to make plays late in the game. It was just the physical toll of our defense playing so many snaps was somewhat hard to overcome at the end.
Well, Coach, you have obviously the same opponent as last year coming into this Hebron game. When you look at what Hebron presents this year, how do you like the matchup coming into this game on Friday night? And also, it helps that you're at home this year as opposed to going on the road like last year.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, shoot, our fans haven't had a real home game this year. I mean, the only time we've been at home was against Arlington, and golly, it was a delayed start and then a early exit due to the weather. And so everybody's going to be excited. I think the core fans that we have, the people that really love Marcus, they understand our kids played their butts off last week. And I believe they're going to come out and support our guys really well. It'll be added energy, in the stadium. And I'm excited about it. But as far as the matchups go, I mean, Hebron's a good football team still, obviously, coming off a 3-round playoff team. They make it extremely difficult on you when they're on defense. I mean, they play a very sound style of defense. It's hard to find explosive runs against them, like you got to work for every yard you gain on the ground. They do a really good job stopping the run. We've got to use our quarterback and our receivers to keep the chains moving because we're not just going to be able to line up and just run the ball all night against these guys. They're too good. They're too well coached, and I think Coach Towles is doing a really really good job over there at Hebron right now. So we got another big one this week. It should be an exciting game. I think it's two pretty evenly matched teams, and I'm just ready to get back on the field and get this bitter taste out of our mouths.
Last week, you mentioned after losing to Louisville that there was a little bit of a hangover for a few weeks, and you noticed there was some residual effect. How have you combated that this week so there is no hangover going into Hebron?
Man, we spent some extra time Monday morning on just reminding our guys that this doesn't define us, and we've tried to have extra energy in practice and focus, and I think every year you got a different group of kids. What we got to hope for is that the Louisville game isn't the ultimate end all be all for our team. We got bigger things going on, and I mean time will tell. We'll find out Friday night, but I'm excited to get out there and see what our guys have in them.
Well, Coach, we're definitely looking forward to it and hoping that the Marauders get back on track this week and get that first district win. That is Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. We'll be back with more of the pregame show. This is Marcus Football Night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
I'm looking in the mirror. Watch me take flight, now you're looking at a winner. Climbing all the heights without a ladder, that's a rarity. Facing all the battles and challenges right in front of me.
Welcome back to Marauder Field here on the campus of Marcus High School in Flower Mound. Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you as we are getting you ready. The pregame show here on Marcus Football Night, getting you ready for the matchup between the Marcus Marauder and the Hebron Hawks. And right now, it's time to go to my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, and get his 3 keys to the game as I try to mess with our sound and fix what's going on there. Anyway, Tim, take it away.
Well, I appreciate you, Jacob. First up is going to be, and you heard Coach talk about it in the interview, improve sideline management. This is coming from the coaching staff. There's been a couple of issues over the last few weeks. There's been an injury, particularly with a kid that belongs on special teams somewhere, and they haven't been able to address that soon enough. They've ended up with penalties, missed assignments, all sorts of issues happen, and so they need to do a better job, and he noticed that and said, we need to get on top of that. The next thing, it's very, very simple for every single kid that's on the field. Do your 111. Everybody has to do their job. Try not to stay, get outside of yourself. Stay within your job, particularly on defense. Gap control in the run game. On offense, run your routes. If you're getting pressed, get off the press. Whatever it is that you have to do your 111th. Coach was very clear about that. And then the last part, for the offense, control the clock some. Get some drives going tonight. 92 snaps the defense was on the field for a week ago. That is not a recipe for winning football. The defense does get tired. They're not very deep on that defensive line. So for the defensive sake tonight, let's have some drives. Let's sustain some drives. Let's keep the ball, hold on to it offensively. He said, did coach, they're not looking to get real explosive runs tonight because of this Hebron defense. That could work out in their favor. Just chip away, get first downs, move the chains, score, and you're in the red zone.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we're looking for tonight is we want to see the passion. We want to see the energy that we didn't see last year in this matchup. But this Hebron team, look, they're trying to figure themselves out too right now. I mean, they're also 0-1 in district play. They had a much less successful district campaign. They went 1-2 in their district game, so they're coming into this game 1-3 tonight, really trying to kind of find themselves and who they are. When I talked to Thomas Lee, their play-by-play guy this week, he told me, they're still adjusting to having two new play callers at Hebron, on both sides of the ball. They have new offensive and defensive coordinators this year, and there's been a lot of adjustment in that because this is a team that is coming off of a surprise playoff run, into the third round of last year's playoffs, and they're returning a whole lot of starters on both sides of the ball, but things for some reason just haven't clicked for them just yet. So this is a team very much looking to find itself, and if you're Marcus, you don't want it to happen tonight.
No, tonight, if you're Marcus, tonight's not the night for Hebron to find out who they are. It's time for Marcus to maybe find out who they are. They were shortchanged in the preseason, didn't get to play all their games. Obviously, we talked about the home game that was cut short and everybody had to go home. Then you come out last week, you play really good for 2 quarters. You come out in the third quarter and pretty much lay an egg in that third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, come back again. Well, we need 4 quarters of football for Marcus tonight to be victorious.
And we saw last week. I know I was impressed. Both sides of the ball, how they were able to not only limit Louisville, but take advantage of Louisville mistakes against a team that I think both of us would agree they were playing against a team that was more talented than they were, I think, on both sides of the ball. Yeah. You could see the level of talent that Louisville has, especially at the skill positions and in the back 7. But they were able to go against that, take advantage of things that Louisville did wrong, and build themselves a lead. It just kind of went away there towards the end just because they couldn't get the offense going in the second half. Defense got tired, but it still came down to the very last minute of that game. It took, all of it for Louisville to be able to come back in that game despite being probably the more talented football team.
Yeah, and that should give you a ton of confidence if you're Marcus coming into this game tonight. You played great, right? It just didn't quite go your way. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose in those situations. The third quarter really bit them, but I don't think that'll happen to them here tonight.
All right, let's go to the starting lineups right now as both teams are getting ready to come onto the field. And we'll start, obviously, on the Marcus side of the ball. And we'll start on the offense up front. With those big guys up front, the senior-dominated offensive line, Frank Adams at number 77 at left tackle, Jimmy Graham, number 58 at left guard. The one junior up front, number 52, Grant Gager at center. At right guard, 65, Matthew Wallet, and at right tackle, number 75, Rhett Harmon. When you're looking more at the skill positions on the Marcus offense, obviously it starts with the signal caller, Colton Nussmeyer. We'll get to him in a moment. But his three of his main targets at wide receiver are going to be Jamison Mayfield, number 3, the senior Luke Susko, number 22, the guard from the basketball team, and the sophomore tight end, Bear Kogler. Colton Nussmeyer, the junior, number 13, is the one signal calling this. He has had a fantastic season thus far, really taking over a leadership role here in this offense. Cade McKnight, who you see on the graphic here, is actually not going to be starting tonight. He is injured, and he is going to be replaced by senior number 2, Carter Francis. We'll get to him in just a moment. Of course, you still have Gavin Huffman that will be used a lot as a H-back and as a second tight end. And then Austin Allen, who so far this season has probably been out of the slot the most reliable wide receiver for the Marauders. On the defensive side of the ball for Marcus, as they are doing the coin toss right now, up front we have Will Harrison listed as the starter at defensive end, Tanasi Jager at nose guard, and Liam Hoskins at the other defensive end, the junior number 99. We'll see about Will Harrison. Will Harrison has been ill this week, and so we are not sure if we're going to see him tonight or not. It's very much a wait and see, kind of a game time decision kind of thing with Will Harrison. At the linebacking core, you have number 14, Ryan San Miguel, the senior, at one linebacker, and then 2 juniors alongside of him in the middle with the mic, number 23, Gage Patrick, and number 34, Cole Schott. In the secondary, you have Jake Torgerson at one starting cornerback. We will see Bradley Izioki at the other on the outside, and then your three safeties, basically Brady Moore and Easton Mitchell, number 20 and number 4, the seniors who have been making plays all over the field, and the junior number 17, Evan Sachs. I'm anxious to see if we see more of number 27 junior Ethan Murtoff tonight, as last week was his first action of the season coming in off of injury. That's the starting lineup for the Marcus Marauders. For the visiting Hebron Hawks, who come in at 1-3 and 0-1 in District 4-6A, as you see the Marauders coming onto the field tonight wearing their all-black home uniforms with the silver helmets and silver numbers. On offense, they have a all-senior offensive line. At left tackle, number 73, Tyler Elliott. At left guard, number 66, Amari Hale. At center, number 68, Corbin Barrier. At right guard, number 77, Jake Henneke, and Anthony A.J. Taylor, number 63, at right tackle. The starting quarterback is a junior, 5'9", 170, number 12, Brady Brock, who this season has passed for 743 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, completing 62% of his passes. He does have a touchdown on the ground and 95 yards rushing this season. His starting tailback is the senior, number 5, Asen McCray-Jones. He has got 274 yards rushing this season and 3 touchdowns, averaging 4.6 yards a carry. He will be backed up by number 21, David Price, and number 34, Elijah Gilmore. Price, a senior, Gilmore, a junior. The starting wide receivers for this spread offense on the outside, senior Tyler Hoke, number 7. He is the big-time target, 24 catches, 354 yards, and 3 touchdowns this season for Hoke. On the other side, senior 6'1", 180-pound, number 6, Ethan Helwig. And in the 2 slot positions, number 1, senior Drew Coster, 18 catches, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And on the other side at the H position, the other slot, is number 0, Ahmad Ware, 5'8", 188 pounds. On the defensive side of the ball, the defense is where Hebron is tough. Up front, they play a 3-4 hybrid defense. Up front, number 99, junior Roderick Joyner II. He's at one defensive end. The other defensive end is Delvin Asari, number 49. He's a 6', 200-pound junior. And in the middle, at nose tackle, number 92, Kylan Moore, 5'10", 240-pound seniors. The linebacking core looks like this. On the 2 outsides, we expect to see Cortland Whitkoff, number 22, on one outside backer spot. He's a senior. We expect to see junior Dylan Collins, number 11, at 6 foot, 185 pounds. He is filling in for the senior Aaron McCardle, who is injured tonight. And the two inside linebackers we expect to see, number 44, Michael Carney, the junior, and number 9, senior Pharrell Giddens. Your two outside cornerbacks, number 20, Preston Creighton. He is the younger brother of the quarterback last year, Creighton, that we saw, the sons of Patrick Creighton, former Cowboys wide receiver. And on the other side, number 2, Jaqueline Hall, the senior. Your two safeties, a senior, number 3, Jalen Rayford, and number 28, junior Joel Chang. Those are the starters for the Hebron Hawks tonight as they will line things up on both sides of the ball. The Hebron Hawks tonight are in an all-white uniform, very clean outfit. Look, I got to say, all white with blue lettering outlined in black. Whereas, and then white helmets with the H on the front, and then, of course, the Marcus Marauders tonight in all black with the silver numbers, very Raiders-like, with red and silver stripes down the legs, and the silver Marcus helmet with the M on either side.
Taking them to a funeral, Jacob. That's what I would say when we're in all black. Hebron seemed to have won the toss because, Marcus won the toss. Hebron will receive, and they will be headed away from the clock. So whatever way that way
north.
is.
That would be north.
That would be north.
As we go down to our national anthem. Well done by the Marcus Marauder High School band. As we're going to get ready to kick things off here at Marauder Stadium.
We even have some flyovers, Jacob. We got planes.
Oh, from DFW Airport.
All over the place. It's a very busy time.
It's a Friday night.
Over the Marcus Football Stadium. We've got the American Airlines flyover. Love that. Thank you. Thank you.
The rest of the district looks like this tonight. Big matchup taking place over at Coppell High School this evening as the Coppell Cowboys are hosting the Geyer Wildcats out of Denton, both of them at 1-0. Coppell 3-0 in the season, Geyer at 2-2 overall. Louisville is taking on Braswell tonight up in Denton. Louisville obviously undefeated this season. They are 4-0 on the season, 1-0 in district play, and they already have a 7-0 lead, it looks like, over Braswell. And Little Elm is down the road at Flower Mound High School taking on the Flower Mound Wildcats. We're about ready to get underway. Santiago Diaz lines things up, and he'll boot this one high and short. It's going to be fair caught at the 15, and so they will start, the Hebron Hawks will start at the 25-yard line. Preston Creighton, the junior defensive back, made the fair catch that time, and we're ready to get things going. Again, this offense is led by junior quarterback Brady Brock, 5'9", 170 pounds, completing 62% of his throws, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Also has a touchdown on the ground, 95 yards rushing for the season.
Fairly balanced attack, Jacob.
Yep.
They'll run the ball. The quarterback will run the ball. They'll get some running out of that running back, of course. They have a couple running backs that are going to come at you with. They got 2 in the backfield right now.
Yeah, they're going split back, shotgun set here on first down. And it is going to be a handoff coming to the near side up to about the 30, out and moving the pile out to the 32 is Asen McCray-Jones, number 5, the senior, 5'7", 190, coming in averaging 4.6 a carry, 274 yards and 3 touchdowns this season.
And a perfect way to start the drive off if you're Hebron. Just get it 6-7 yards, stay ahead of the chains right off the bat.
And David Price, the senior running back number 21, is in this split back shotgun set here. 7 yards on first down, 2nd and 3. And they're going to give it up the middle, and they're going to get a first down out to the 38, about a 6-yard gain, as Price took the handoff that time, and they just moved the pile. Again, this is an all-senior offensive line up front for the Hawks, and they are running tempo here, staying in the same formation, same personnel group, and they hand it once again to David Price. This time he gets about 5 yards out to the 42, and right now, early in this drive, you can see it. Hebron's got this run game working as they're running tempo.
Just power run right up the middle, getting about 5 yards a carry on average. Not a bad way to kick off your opening drive.
2nd and 5 now from the 43-yard line. Same formation, split back shotgun set. And play action this time. They're going to put one up down the middle of the field, and that pass is going to be knocked away. Almost intercepted that time as Evan Sachs, number 17, that was just playing center field, read that the whole way, and I think he was wanting to make sure he knocked it down, but I think if he had taken an extra half a beat, he might have been able to get 2 hands up there and maybe pick that one off.
Yeah,
a great read.
Not a great decision by Brady Brock. If your name is going to be Brady and you're going to wear number 12, you need to make better decisions. This free safety sitting back doesn't bite on the play action whatsoever, is in perfect position to knock that ball away.
3rd and 5 now for the Hawks here on their opening possession. Brock is going to throw. Pressure comes. He roaches out to his right, and he gets out of the pocket, and we have a flag down in the backfield. This may be coming back. Brock takes it all the way into Marcus territory, inside the 40 to about the 38. But again, I think this one looks like it's coming back. That's in the area of holding.
Yeah, no, Brady Brock shows us right off the bat he's very athletic with his feet. He can get out of there, so you're going to have to pay attention to him as well. But this is going to come back, as you said.
And that is the call, holding on the Hawks. So that'll back it up 10 yards, back to just inside the 37. It'll make it 3rd and 50, or just inside the 38, I should say, and make it 3rd and 15. That time the Marauders brought some pressure and were able to flush Brock out of the pocket pretty quickly.
Yeah, he did a great job to get all the way over to the other side of the field from the left hash, but in order to get there, there was a big hold.
This time they've checked in with one of their wide receiver / tight ends. Number 17, Nathan Parnell, has checked in for David Price, going with 4 wides, 3 receivers up top. Brock drops back, getting pressured immediately, and he's going to fire one over the middle, and that pass is caught, and he's going to be short of a first down, though. That pass is caught by Tyler Hoke, as that was a really nice throw from Brock, kind of across his body, rolling to his right and threw it back across to the middle. Hoke caught it and slipped and went down. 4th and 1 at the 47, and the offense is staying on the field. Nope, they're going to check in with the special teams.
And Brock Brady very disappointed in that as he gives a little clap of the hands, but his athleticism is what allows him to move within that pocket and complete that big pass over the middle.
Yeah, Liam Hoskins got into the backfield almost right off the snap. I thought he actually got held. I was waiting for a flag to come out. It didn't. But I'm actually a little surprised that Hebron's not going for this on 4th and a yard. Defense is still on the field as they're looking for a fake here, is Marcus. Snap is back, and the punt is end over end and short, and it's towards the Marcus sideline, and it's not a very good punt that time by number 83, Cameron Allen, who handles kicking and punting duties. They are going to say it's out of bounds at the 30, so only a 23-yard punt.
You can only imagine that went off the side of his foot. There's no wind out. It's perfect night outside. It's about low 80s. Going to be get down into the mid-70s. And
Tim, were you a little surprised as well that they didn't, the way the run game was moving on the
I am. I mean, it's 1 yard. You're right at the midfield, but and again, you don't want to give that quick momentum to Marcus.
Snap back to Nussmeier on first down out of the shotgun. He fires one to the far side. Pass is caught by Mayfield right in front of the Hebron bench, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 37, and that'll be a 7-yard gain to get things started for the Marauders.
Talk about going through your progressions. Nussmeier, he goes all the way right to left. There's nothing open early right. He has to bounce out to the left just a little bit, and there he finds his 4th read open in the flat.
Colton Nussmeier this year, 626 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, completing 67.1% of his passes. He's also got 173 yards on the ground and 2 scores. Handoff on second down to Carter Francis. He's got the corner. He's up the far sideline. Inside the 40, the 30, turns on the Jets, and he is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Marauders. I was just going to bring up Carter Francis on this next play, and he beat me to the punch. It is a 63-yard touchdown run for Carter Francis, but we have a flag in front of the Hebron bench just over midfield. So let's see what the call is. I think this one's coming back.
And that's a shame because Francis has been big in spots this year. He's starting tonight with the injury to McKnight. And right away we get an explosive run that Coach Alexander didn't think was going to be there. Everyone's bottled up in the middle. It's a quick little juke out to the left to get outside the tackle. Nobody contains. And then it's speed down the sideline that I didn't even know we had.
I think what we're going to have is a downfield hold. I think. Let's see what the call is. The touchdown is good. Never mind.
So why are we walking back here?
Well, I think somebody may have bumped the ref on the sideline. May have been in the box, so it may have been a sideline warning.
There you go.
So the touchdown counts. We were just going to say Carter Francis, as you mentioned, starting tonight for the injured Cade McKnight. The one thing Francis brings over McKnight is more explosive speed. We've seen that this year. McKnight brings the power. Francis tends to bring the speed, and he showed it on that run.
That was even more than we might have expected. Once he hit the sideline, it looked like he downshifted into another gear, hit the supercharger, and just let that thing go.
Santiago Diaz is on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:54 remaining in the first quarter, and the Marauders have struck first. It is 7-0 Marcus. This is Marcus Football Night. Welcome back to Marauder Stadium as the Marauders have jumped on the board first thanks to a 63-yard touchdown run from Carter Francis on the second play of the drive to complete a 70-yard touchdown drive, and Marcus is up 7-0. Francis came into this game tonight averaging 5.9 yards a carry, 21 carries, 123 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Short pooch kick again. This one fair caught at the 26-yard line this time by Hebron. As you can already tell that they're trying to avoid those deep return men. A.D. McQueen, number 84, on the fair catch that time. And the Hawks will start at their own 21 now, or 26, now down 7-0.
Well, and that's a lesson learned from a week ago because they were doing the same thing for most of the game until they have final kickoff when the kick accidentally gets kicked deep to the return guy they were trying to avoid all night, who gets the big return and sets up Louisville for the go-ahead touchdown to win the game. So lesson learned for that kickoff team. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Tight formation here on first down. They hand it off up the middle to McCray Jones. He gets tripped up just past the line of scrimmage and falls down at the 29 for a gain of 3 as they had a tight 4-wide formation that time. Yeah, Gage Patrick, number 21, the linebacker senior, makes the big tackle that keeps that from being a much bigger play.
Second down, another quick handoff to McCray Jones. Again, gets tripped up just past the line, out to the 34. That's a gain of 5 yards and sets up a short 3rd and 2. As like in the last drive, Hebron trying to get the run game going early. 3rd and 2 from the 34. Tight 4-wide formation with 3 receivers in a bunch up at the top. Pitch out wide this time to McCray Jones, and he's going to get the corner, breaks a tackle, gets out past the 40 for a first down to the 42. At that time, Brady Moore nearly was able to bring him down, but he was able to step out of that tackle and get the first.
Now Ryan San Miguel comes through on the blitz. The problem is he blitzes a little too flat and misses that toss. That's what's able to get those yards. So they caught him in a perfect defense for that play call.
1st and 10 out to the 42 that time after the 8-yard run from McCray Jones. This time, receiver comes in motion, now comes back out to the flat. Play action, they swing it out to him. He is wrapped up right behind the line of scrimmage. A great play by Easton Mitchell, as that is actually technically a run play to Nathan Parnell, the motion man. That was thrown backwards to him, and he got dropped for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Easton Mitchell has shown that he is one of the better open field tacklers on this defense, and he reads that thing immediately and comes right up and makes the open field tackle. Yeah, for a big loss.
The biggest playmakers on this defense to this point this year have been Brady Moore and Easton Mitchell, the two safeties, the freak and the rover. Snap back, play action, little quick throw out to the near side, caught and brought down just across midfield. It's going to be a first down. Nice catch and run that time by number 6, Ethan Hellwig, as he caught the quick hitch and was able to power through the tackle of Bradley Umi-Izioki and get the first down. So the 2nd and 12 does not hurt them.
He's getting a lot of room down here at the bottom of the screen, so you have to imagine that must be their speedster wide receiver, because they are giving him a lot of respect.
He gave him, he's up a little closer this time.
He's up a little closer now.
1st and 10 inside Marcus territory at the 48. McCray Jones with the handoff, gets through the line and powers his way through, and the line gets behind him and shoves the pile. They're going to get down to the 39-yard line, a gain of 9 on first down, as the running attack has been very efficient and very effective here so far early for Hebron.
Well, the Hawks' offensive line is moving the line of scrimmage, and then once the back is getting up in there, the pile just is continuing to move like a rugby scrum, and that's happening over and over again.
2nd and a yard now at the 39, 3 receivers up top. This time Brock rolls to his right, looking to throw. He's going to fire one. That pass is caught. That was a nice throw and knocked out of bounds at about the 20. That was a pretty throw that time from Brady Brock, as it was over the outstretched hand of number 20, Brady Moore. The pass was caught by the slot receiver, Drew Coster.
And I can't stress how hard that ball is, because you can't rifle it in. You can't put too much air on it, but you have to get it over the short defender and beyond and before the deep defender. Very tough throw, but great job there by Brady Brock.
They get this one down 17 yards down to the 22, 1st and 10. McCray Jones takes a handoff, going over right tackle, finds room inside the 20, down to the 16. That'll be a gain of 6 yards. McCray Jones right now showing a lot of patience. He is just kind of tiptoeing up to the line, trying to find that hole and then accelerating through it or accelerating around the corner.
Very methodical drive by the Hebron Hawks.
2nd and 4. McCray Jones again, going over right tackle again, has room. He's going to get wrapped up, but not before he gets a first down at the 11-yard line, a gain of 5. This Hebron Hawks offensive line right now is doing a great job, as you said, not only moving the line, but also sealing the corners.
Yeah, and when someone does get in, the backs from Hebron are doing a good job of evading tackles. Liam Haskins was in there quickly, but the tackle is evaded immediately.
And you're right, this has been a very methodical.
That was by Jones.
Very methodical drive here for the Hawks as they try to answer. They now have 1st and 10 at the 11. As they go with a 3-wide set with a kind of an H-back in front of McCray Jones as a lead blocker. Play action. They're going to throw this into the end zone, and that pass is caught for the touchdown. A great diving grab by number 1, Drew Coster, out of the slot. A spectacular grab to get the Hawks within an extra point of tying this game up.
Marcus and man defense, you've got Brady Moore, you've got good on good. Brady Moore on the slot, that's the matchup you usually do want. The slot runs a great corner route on that particular play, and the throw is absolutely perfect. Dropped in the bucket. That's how you throw a corner route. That's how you teach it. You can't throw it better than that. Brady Brock was on fire on this drive.
Cameron Allen on for the extra point for the Hawks. Snap is down. Kick is on the way, and it is good. 5:23 to go in quarter number 1. The Hawks answer with a touchdown of their own. It is now 7-all. This is Marcus Football Night. Back here at Marauder Stadium on the campus of Marcus High School here in Flower Mound. Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you as the Hebron Hawks have answered the Marcus touchdown with one of their own as they go 74 yards on just a methodical drive. The last 11 coming on a touchdown pass from from Brady Brock to Drew Coster. High short kick. This will be caught at the 14 and returnable. Austin Allen moving up out past the 25, and the ball is on the turf. Fumbled as he hit, and that ball did come out, and Hebron is saying they have it.
Usually we see a fair catch in that situation. Austin Allen, a great return man, decides to pick it up and take off with it.
And they are actually saying it is Marcus' ball. I'm wondering if they're saying the ground caused the fumble because he got flipped up head over feet, and so his upper body is what hit the turf first. And I wonder if that's what the officials are saying, because they never signaled even that it was a fumble necessarily.
Well, they'll get away with that one, Jacob. Here we go. We'll start their drive from the 25-yard line. That was dangerous.
12-yard return for Austin Allen, and the Marauders start at the 25. 7 all here with 5:17 to go in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun, play action. Nussmeier fires one, caught by Kogler on the far side, out past the 35, and a first down. Nice little quick, easy pitch and catch out route for the sophomore, Bear Kogler, and he's got 13 yards and a first.
And he's getting better and better each week as Kogler, and he's become very sure-handed. He loves to run that 7 to 8 yard route, that little out route, catch the ball now, get upfield, get the first down.
Little tempo now from the Marauders as they go empty, and that pass is dropped. I think that was Kogler again, tried to hit him. It was Kogler again, tried to hit him on a little quick hitch, and it was a little bit to his outside, but still, he got his hands on it and couldn't squeeze it.
Just when I say he's so sure-handed, and he has been, that was a tough catch, but we got to make that catch. I think he starts to turn upfield before he secures the ball, perhaps. We got to make that catch in the middle. That's a 5-6 yard gain on first down.
If you get both hands on it, you got to find a way to pull that in. As the Marauders go empty again here on 2nd and 10 at the 38. Nussmeier drops back, fires one, passes incomplete. It was a high throw, and going up for it was Susko using that height. And again, it was a tough catch, and he got his hands on it, but couldn't squeeze it, and he got sandwiched right as the ball went through his hands.
Drilled as soon as the ball touched him. I'm a little surprised after we saw the big run on the last drive that here on 1st and 2nd down, the Marauders have gone to a straight pass offense, it seems.
Yeah, interesting choice here. They did go with Francis in the backfield on the first play, and then they went 5 wide, and now we're going to have movement. That'll back it up 5 yards. But again, your receivers have to help your quarterback sometimes. Not every throw is going to be perfect.
Yep.
And we had a straight drop by Bear Kogler on first down. I'm not going to call that a drop on Susko on 2nd down. That throw was really high.
That's a tough one.
And that was a very tough catch. But either way, now we have a false start, and it's going to be 3rd and 15. By the way, going back to that touchdown for Coaster, that was his 3rd touchdown catch of the season, and touchdown pass number 6 for Brady Brock.
They're finding a way to get it done. Hebron on the ground and through the air. On that last drive, we used the word twice. We'll use it a 3rd time. Very methodical.
3rd and long now as they go empty again. Nussmeier drops back, 3-man rush. He fires one, and that pass is incomplete. Here comes the flag. I thought it was early contact. He was trying to hit Bear Kogler like just across the 45. Would have been short of a first down, but that time, a little early contact. I believe that was number 20, Preston Creighton, the DB, who came off his man to defend that and just got there about a half second too soon.
Just a little bit too early. I thought the same thing as we were watching it live, and then the flag comes out. It was a good play, just a little too early, just a hair.
Yep. Tried to time it and just got there just a half second early. So the pass interference will move the ball out to the 46, and it'll be an automatic first down. 13 yards on the penalty, and the Marauders get a break to keep this drive going.
It's odd to see to have a Creighton on the defensive side of the ball.
Right. The son, one of the two sons, son again of Patrick Creighton, and the younger brother of the young Creighton who was the quarterback last year. They're going to go with a reverse here to Peyton Belton, and he gets smacked right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. He is going to get a couple of yards, but they just went straight reverse that time. And great defense by the front seven of Hebron to shut that down.
Yeah, they contained that very well on the backside. They had a little action going to the right, but the defense from Hebron didn't bite on that. They were on that reverse the whole way. And talk about a smack at the point of attack. Lucky to hold on to that football.
2nd and 8 now at the 48 for the Marauders. This time, Nussmeier's going to go under center. And it's going to be a toss to Francis. Cuts upfield, has room, and he's into the open field again. Inside the 30, the 20, the 10. He takes it to the house. Touchdown, Marcus. Carter Francis gets open space again, turns on the Jets, and for the second time tonight, busts an explosive play and takes it to the end zone.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that Coach Alexander is playing possum with us because he told us he would not expect any explosive runs. We've carried the ball twice, Jacob, not counting the reverse, and we've had 2 explosive runs. So, yeah, check that box for tonight.
Carter Francis, 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. The first one went 63. This one went from 52. Santiago Diaz on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:11 to go here in quarter number 1. The Marauders have taken the lead back. It's now 14-7 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
I've been practicing law for 30 years. I have said one phrase more than any other. Why didn't you call me sooner? There are ways to accomplish the same goals in litigation from a perspective of finding solutions to complex problems as opposed to winning. I firmly believe that if you think you need a lawyer, you need to come in and talk to one. We would be more than happy to guide you so that you don't have to guess.
Sideline Spirit Co. is the fresh, reimagined way to do fan gear, born out of the heart of a Marauders mom. What started in the stands as ideas has grown into the official fan gear partner of Marcus Football. From hoodies and hats to game day essentials supporting the red, black, and silver, Sideline Spirit Co. brings a crisp, new look to Friday Night Lights.
I'm the realest. I'm the GOAT. Yeah. Everybody.
Santiago Diaz lines up the kickoff, and again, they're going with the pooch kick. And the catch is made at the 21, another fair catch. So the Hawks will start at the 25. They've started pretty much all 3 drives there, 22 25s and a 26. As they're staying away from the deep men tonight with high short pooch kicks. Not wanting to risk the coverage issues they had last week.
No harm, no foul with the pooch kicks. Don't mind that at all.
Well, Carter Francis getting his first start of the season because of the injury to Cade McKnight, and he has taken advantage. You know, coming into tonight, we knew Carter Francis had decent speed. He was more of the lightning to the thunder of Cade McKnight, but he has really shown it tonight, getting in some open field and just turning on the Jets. A 63-yard run and a 52-yard run, and the Marcus Marauders have a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, he's out here running like a thoroughbred horse. Gosh. Like you said, running away from safeties.
Handoff on first down. McCray Jones dances his way through, gets through the hole, out to the 30, maybe the 31. Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 31 for a gain of 6 yards. McCray Jones, like Tennell Hill last week, he is waiting to see where the hole opens up and then just accelerating through it, and he is getting really good yardage here on his carries.
Very Le'Veon Bellish. Once again, you love that. You kind of wait for the hole and then pop through it, and he's getting those tough yards time and time again.
2nd and 4 at the 31. They go with a traditional 4-wide look this time. Marauders showing blitz, and they bring it off the corner. And deep pass up the seam, and it is overthrown as that time Brady Brock was trying to hit Drew Coaster again, just on a deep shot up just outside the seam and just overthrew it.
Yeah, I never like when I see 2 wide receivers within about 4 yards of each other, which is what they had there, but you also had 3 Marcus defenders. So maybe not the best decision, but he had him. He had him if he was running by himself over there, but the slot guy also runs outside, and then that brings the safety over, and now you don't have the numbers, and the ball has to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he and Tyler Hoke were just running 2 go routes next side by side.
Yeah.
3rd and 4 now from the 31. Tight bunch formation up top. Brock throws over the middle. It's caught. First down outside the 40 to the 45 and down to the 47. As that time he was able to get it to Ethan Hellwig coming underneath on just a short drag route. got away from the defense, and it was, I believe it was Brady Moore on the tackle, but not before. He gets all the way out to the 47.
And sometimes in those zone defenses, you can get that zone moved just enough, and that drag comes underneath. Once you catch the ball, there's nobody waiting for you. Allows you to have the big yardage and get the first down.
16 yards on the catch and run that time for Ethan Hellwig. Snap on first down, McCray Jones. This time gets hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. He is going to fall forward for a yard, but a much better job that time by the Marcus defensive front of containing Asen McCray Jones, as that time it was number 43 Caleb Hammer, one of the primary tacklers that time.
Yeah, I mean, he got hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. He's been tough, though, because he gets through that tackler, but he simply can't fight off the other two tacklers that come right behind it.
2nd and 9. Now that's the best we've seen Marcus defend the run so far in this game on that play. This time they go with a 3-wide set with an up back, or an H-back, I should say, set up like as a lead blocker almost. McCray Jones gets it. He gets dropped behind the line of scrimmage. His penetration came quick, and that time it was number 20, Brady Moore. Liam Hoskins was right there with him, but they dropped him for a loss of a yard.
And those first two plays on that particular series of downs, Marcus starting to bring a little extra heat from the linebacker and secondary spots to kind of help shut down that run, filling all the gaps.
Yeah, they were using number 87, Connor Berry. Connor Berry, one of the tight ends, the sophomore, is kind of a lead blocker. Nothing doing that time. 3rd and long, we'll call it 3rd and 10, just inside just outside the 47. Pass is incomplete as he tried to hit his number 1 target, Tyler Hoke, on a slant, and that pass looked like it went right off his fingertips, maybe just a hair out in front too far.
Yeah, hard to tell from up here. We don't have replay tonight. We'd love to see that. Hard to tell if it was knocked away at the last second or off his fingertips. Looked like a pretty good throw, but they're going to have to punt this thing away. And can Marcus keep up their momentum? Hey, just hand the ball off again.
So the Marauders force their 2nd punt of the night. Austin Allen back deep to receive. And this is a much better punt this time, and it's going to be fair caught at the 18, as that time Cameron Allen got more leg into that one and got exactly what he's looking for inside the 20. 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. And the Marauders up 14-7. Tim, early impressions here so far.
I love what the Marauders are doing offensively and defensively. They had a little issue with the stopping the run. They fixed that. It seems like they've made some adjustments. That's what we like to see. They're playing really sound defense in the secondary, and then offensively, wow, what they're doing in the run game, we did not expect. Thanks to Coach Alexander playing possum with us. We thought it was going to be tough for them to run. Passing has been more of a challenge for them tonight. Running, no issue whatsoever.
Shotgun formation here on first down. Snap back, play action. They're going to toss it out to Allen on a screen. He gets to the outside, up the sideline. They have a flag down, and it looks like we may get a hold on one of the receivers. They were setting up a bubble screen to Austin Allen. He got out past the 30 for a nice gain, but this one's coming back.
I think they got Jamison Mayfield there at the last second. And that was another almost big explosive play. What we're seeing is that some of these skill guys from Marcus seem to be much faster than some of the secondary players from Hebron, and that could show up a lot throughout this football game because they continue to get deep into the secondary and they just look faster.
Ends up being a 6-yard penalty, as it was the hold was upfield. They marked it off from the 22-yard line, so back it up to the 12, and it'll be 1st and 16 for the Marauders at that spot.
Not as bad as it could have been.
Unfortunately, it wiped out a really nice gain. That was going to be about a 16-yard catch and run for Allen. Shotgun on first down, handoff to Francis, and he is going to get stopped just about 1.5 yards past the line of scrimmage, maybe 2 yards, as a nice job that time on the tackle. I didn't get the number of the young man who made the hit, but it was one of the linebackers. I think it might have been number 30, Mason Buniff, who made the initial hit.
And Hebron had everyone up in the box on that play. They had about 9 players up in that box ready to make a tackle. They knew the run was coming.
Yep. 2 yards on the gain for Francis. 2nd and 14 now for the Marauders. Just inside the 15-yard line. 1:05 to go here in the first. Shotgun now for Nussmeier. He's going to drop back. Still looking. Only a 3-man rush. Now he rolls to his right. He fires one deep for the sideline. That pass is caught. A great job by Luke Susko, making his biggest play of the season as he caught that pass at the 47 of Hebron for a huge gain as Nussmeier uncorked one to his big 6'6" receiver, and not only did he make the catch, did a great job doing the toe tap.
I mean, he tapped his toes. He's a basketball player. What a veteran move by Susko.
Little quick throw on a bubble screen out to the far side. Allen has it, breaks a tackle, and gets down near the 40 on first down. They're going to mark him at the 41. That's a gain of 6 as we're at about 40 seconds left here in the first quarter.
And that time, Jamison Mayfield got a heck of a block to spring that no holding call because he just came in with a forearm shiver and did exactly what was needed.
38 yards, by the way, on the catch to Susko to get the first down and move it into Hebron territory. The Marauders will have to run a play here. It is 2nd and 4 at the 41.
And Susko had to run about 70 yards for that 30-yard catch because he came from the other side of the field.
Came all the way across. Again, tight shotgun formation. They're going to be a toss sweep to Francis. He gets the corner to the 40, and that's about it. Well, they're going to give him maybe 2 yards to the 39, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. So we go to quarter number 2 with the Marauders thanks to 2 explosive touchdown runs by Carter Francis. They lead Hebron by a score of 14-7. This is Marcus Football Night.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you back at Marauders Stadium on the campus of Marcus High School. The Marauders have the ball in Hebron territory as they are facing a 3rd and a long 2 from just outside the 39. Marcus leads 14-7 as we go to the second stanza. And it has been the Carter Francis show for the most part. It's been explosive plays offensively for Marcus. 63-yard touchdown run, 52-yard touchdown run, and a big 38-yard pass to Luke Susko. And it's 3rd and 2. And look how deep Carter Francis is lined up here on this under center is Nussmeier. He's lined up about 8 yards back. They hand it to him right up the middle for Francis. He gets hit at the line and just powers his way forward inside the 35 down to the 33. That time Carter Francis showed the strength in his 190-pound frame, and he got the first down and then some, getting that ball down to the 32 for a gain of 7.
I mean, that's the lightning back. You don't expect him to bring the thunder, but he said, hey, my thunder partner is out tonight, so I'm going to do both, a little thunder and a little lightning. I can handle it. What a great job by Francis so far here tonight.
1st and 10 for the Marauders at the Hebron 32-yard line. And play action this time. Nussmeier drops back, gets flushed, makes a man miss in the backfield. Now going to his left, fires one deep down the middle of the field, going for it all, and he's got it for a touchdown. Once again, he finds Luke Susko coming across the field, and he makes the grab and steps into the end zone for a 32-yard touchdown.
Are you kidding me? I'm up here. I can't even believe.
Tim almost left the booth.
He pirouettes. He gets away, makes a guy look silly in the middle of the field, then throws a strike for a touchdown. That was Josh Allen-like. That was unbelievable. We see Colton do this week after week, but he always amazes me.
Unfortunately for number 22 for Hebron, Cortland Whitkoff, the senior linebacker, that's going to not be a fun tape to watch tomorrow when that play is going over in film. And the extra point is up and good. It's 11:21 to go. We'll go ahead and keep it here. The Marauders now have extended their lead to 21-7. Going back to that play, it was a blitz from the outside as it was Whitkoff, the outside linebacker, coming on a backside blitz. Rolling to his right is Nussmeier. He senses it, pirouettes to just completely make Whitkoff whiff, and then comes back to his left and finds Susko, like on the 38-yard catch, just following his quarterback across the field, and like you said, fired a strike.
He's got some sort of spider sense to get. I mean, he turns his back to the defense, folks. I can't tell you how incredibly difficult it is to turn your back to the defense, have a blitzer coming, and evade that guy because he doesn't see him until the last second, makes him look completely ridiculous, and then turns around and just a perfect throw. Such attention to detail. He knows where everybody is at all times. Wow. Wow.
And another explosive play for this Marauder offense. After the 38-yard catch at the beginning of the drive on third down to keep the drive alive, this time he finds Susko for 32 yards. I think they're officially calling one of those. I'm seeing it right here. It's 2 catches for 71 yards, so add a yard somewhere in there.
Love to have replay on that just to give you a little whoop.
Unreal.
When he made the linebacker miss. Wow. I'm just happy to be here.
Santiago Diaz with the high, short pooch kick. This one is going to be caught and dropped and then picked up, and it's going to be returned out to about the 24, so no harm, no foul that time. For the Marauders, as that time it was number 14, Javonye Broussard, who actually picked up the ball. The up man is the one who tried to catch it and dropped it, and Broussard came from behind him, picked it up, and got it back out there, actually marking him at the 25, so same spot they've started every other drive pretty much.
I almost had a little oopsie there, but
almost.
They were able to escape that issue.
No harm, no foul for the Hawks as they start at their own 25. This time they're going to come out a 3-wide set with an up back who goes in motion across the formation. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and a nice run on first down by McCray Jones. Check that. That was number 21, David Price, on that carry as he gets 9 yards out to the 34.
So now here come the Hebron Hawks with another running back to throw at you, and they're going in a hurry up.
Yep, now they're getting tempo, being ahead of the chains. Price gets it again. This time he gets hit at the line, but is able to kind of get enough forward progress to get the first down out to the 36.
Just barely enough to get that first down. Nice little footwork inside the tackles there to even get that yard. Wow.
Hebron this time staying with the same formation, so that no substitution, but having to check to the sideline so not as much tempo, but not allowing Marcus to substitute. 1st and 10. Again, the tight end comes across the formation, snap back, play action this time. Brock's going to fire one over the middle, and that pass is caught. Out in the open field, it's it's Hoke. He is trying to get into the open field, and he is caught from behind by Bradley Ezioki, but not before Tyler Hoke catches that one and gets it all the way down to around the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 4, it looks like. See where they officially put this ball. They haven't set it yet. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Hawks, and they're actually going to say his knees went down back at the 6. But a great catch and run. That was just a deep post route, and Bradley Ezioki saved a touchdown for the moment.
Yeah, Torgerson trying to play over the top to not get beat deep, but allows the post to come underneath.
Handoff on first down right up the gut. Davis inside the 5, David Price, I should say, inside the 5 to the 4 for a gain of 2. But a great catch and run by Tyler Hoke that time to set up 1st and goal.
It sure was. And what a great job by Bradley
Ezioki.
Him, I can't say that name, but what a great job to really just continue the pursuit, give 100% effort, and not give up the touchdown.
58 yards on the catch, and the snap is over the head of the quarterback, and it's still on the turf, and just getting on it at the last second is Brock, as he tried to dive on it, and it skipped away from him, and he was able to recover and get on it back at the 15-yard line, a loss of 11 yards as that snap was just high and over his head. And again, Brock, not the tallest of quarterbacks. He only checks in at 5'9", but that was a terrible snap.
And that's why you hustle all the way to the end of every play, because you never know what can happen after that. And now, look, they may be out of position to score a touchdown here.
3rd and goal, 4-wide set from the 15-yard line. Snap back to Brock. He fires one towards the end zone. That pass is taken away. It's an interception. That pass was ripped out of the hands of the receiver by Easton Mitchell, who just stayed with it the whole way. I'm trying to see the receiver he was throwing to. I want to say it was Drew Coster, number 1, who was trying to run a corner route, and Easton Mitchell just took the ball away.
Best interception of his career for sure. I mean, we talked about him as one of the best open field tacklers already. He's really good in pass defense. He was beat, but he makes the catch up The receiver does catch the ball, and he just goes in and takes it from him. Unbelievable play by Easton Mitchell. Fair to say there's no hangover for the Marcus Marauders here tonight.
That is the second interception of the season for Easton Mitchell, the first for Brady Brock, and it wasn't his fault at all. That was a beautiful throw.
It's insanity.
On the corner route from the slot, and he was trying to hit Drew Coster again, and this time Mitchell just kept going, and as the ball came in, he just ripped it away. Touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20, and this time a deep pass up the seam, and it is caught. Is it? Yes, it is. Wow, what a catch by Jamison Mayfield as the explosive plays continue. Colton Nussmeier fitting it in between two defenders. Easton Mitchell makes the grab for a gain of 30 to midfield.
And heck of a catch because, again, him and Austin Allen were within about 4 yards of each other running go routes down the field. It looked like it was going to be a quick little pop screen out here to the running back, Francis, but they decided to take the deep shot. Love it.
And that actually forces Hebron to call their first time out of the half as Marcus was trying to hurry up and run tempo. And right now the Hebron defense is completely on its heels. But my goodness, going back to that interception by Easton Mitchell, what an absolute amazing play. You know, they had a similar route for a touchdown in the first quarter.
Yep.
That was more of an out route. This one was I think pretty much you would call a corner from the 15. Yeah. And again, it was a really good throw from Brady Brock over the top of the defender. Mitchell's trailing. He just kept running and kept hustling. And as the ball came in and Coster went up to catch it, he reached out and grabbed the ball himself, and that's why we didn't see a signal initially, because he got his hands on it right as Coster caught it, just ripped it out.
At 6'2", he's got so much length. He's got those really long arms too, and he's able to reach over the receiver and just take the ball out of his hands. Unbelievable.
1st and 10 at midfield after the timeout, and Francis this time is going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now he's getting gang tackled, but really good job on defense that time. Leading the attack was number 9, Pharrell Giddens, the senior linebackers. They were ready that time for Carter Francis.
Yeah, and that play wasn't designed to go to the outside. It was designed to go right through, right behind the left guard, but he sees a little seam. He thinks to the outside, so he hits the bounce, but linebacker's doing a good job of playing that outside containment.
2nd and 10 now at midfield. Marauders already up 21-7, trying to extend their lead after the amazing interception to take points off the board against Hebron. Nussmeier dropping back, and that pass is a little high. Nussmeier just kept backpedaling. They were trying to set up a screen to Peyton Belton, and because of the pressure that time, the pass was a little high, and Belton couldn't pull it down. Great pressure from the linebacker, Mason Buniff, number 30.
Yeah, when you bring extra pressure on the screen, sometimes it can be a bad thing for the offense. They didn't really get set up, the lineman, so the running back's not really ready for the ball, and that linebacker was there instantly. Nussmeier just has to do his best to get the ball out of his hands.
This time the Marauders go with a 4-wide set. Kogler is in the game, split out as a wide receiver. Shotgun, Francis is going to go in motion out into the far flat, and we have a flag down from the head linesman right in front of the Marcus bench. I guess we had movement. That is the case. False start that time, so back it up 5 yards to the 45. So this drive started off well with the great catch by Mayfield, but now has kind of stumbled here at midfield.
You had the loss of yards on the run play, then you had the penalty, and now you're just trying to crawl back out, get back up ahead of the chains if you can.
3rd and 15 now for the Marauders at their own 45. Nussmeier in the shotgun. Drops back. He's going to fire one over the middle, and that is incomplete off the hands. The pass was a touch high, but I think Mayfield will tell you, Jamison Mayfield will tell you he should have caught that.
Yeah, he looks frustrated coming off. That would have been a spectacular catch. The ball is, like you say, just a little bit high. It was excellent design. You had him running kind of a crosser from the outside while you had the inside man taking up the safety and the corner deep. So he was wide open there in the middle, just a little touch high.
Yep, and he was running a post under the corner route from the slot, and he was open. If he makes that grab, that is not only a first down, but that's a big gain down deep into Hebron territory. But the punt team is on. Bear Kogler back. Line drive punt, but good length. It is caught at the 18, but returnable. Out past the 25, and a nice tackle in the open field that time. That was number 40 for the Marauders, Britton Mayfield, who made a great tackle after a 9-yard return to the 27.
Yeah, great tackle there in the open field to stop that from being a much better return. And now can Hebron get something going? They look great on their opening drive. Stumbled since.
That was a 32-yard punt that time, 37-yard punt from Bear Kogler and a 9-yard return.
And it wasn't their opening drive. It was their second drive they scored on. Remember, they punted on 4th and 1 to open the game with.
That was the first time the Marauders have been stopped on offense tonight. Shotgun on first down, handoff up the middle. McCray Jones out to the 30, maybe the 31. For, again, another good, solid gain on first down of 4 yards.
Very, very nifty and shifty inside that tackle box. And the vision to be able to, along with the patience to be able to look for those openings and squirt through, getting those anywhere from 4 to 7 yards per carry out here.
4 wide set. This time rolling to his left is Brock. Fires one, and it is caught. Great catch and throwing catch between the levels of the zone defense as he once again finds Drew Coster, his slot receiver, and he gets that all the way into Marcus territory out to the 48. That's a gain of 21 yards.
And rolling to his left was Brady Brock, and still as a right-hander able to get those hips flipped around and a nice easy pass to the out route who's wide open.
So now the Hawks have something going into Marcus territory at the 48. After their defense got a stop. Snap back, handoff up the middle. McCray Jones gets hit, spun around, and then gets piled up. Looks like they're going to finally, they let him stand up and push each other around for about 5 seconds before they blew the whistle, but going to end up being a 4-yard gain to the 34 as the scrum finally came to a halt.
Even when it looks like Marcus has stopped up the run, they're still getting those 4 yards.
Yep.
Tough. It's so quick and shifty inside there.
McCray Jones' helmet came off towards the end of the play, so he has to come off for a snap. David Price checks in. Under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd and 6 now at the 44 for the Hawks. Tight end moves from right to left across the formation. Handoff. Nope. Play action passes over the middle. Caught. Tackle broken. And inside the 25 down to about the 22. That was a nice RPO to Ethan Hellwig on the slant as he gets it 1st and 10 down to the 22-yard line for the Hawks on a gain of 26.
And some ankle-breaking moves. 22. Ankle-breaking moves after he catches the ball to slither through the secondary for some yak.
Yeah, I had to actually double clutch that for a second to make sure he had it, and he stepped out of an ankle tackle as he did it. 1st and 10 at the 22 for the Hawks as they're on the move. Snap back. Hand off to McCray Jones this time. He tries to get the corner, gets around the edge inside the 15, and he's going to be close to another first down as he gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 12. It's going to be about a half yard short of a first down at the 12-yard line. Tell you what's working for them right now, Connor Berry is doing a decent job as this up back and lead blocking into the secondary.
Yeah, that time it looked like 17, Evan Sachs just took a little bit of a poor angle, maybe underestimating the speed, and allowed the running back to get around the corner there.
They actually call that a first down, so it will be a gain of 10 for McCray Jones. 1st and 10 at the 12 as they reset the play clock. They initially marked it about a half yard short and then changed the mark. Snap back a little high, but caught. And this time McCray Jones gets hit in the backfield as the Marauders brought pressure from the outside on a blitz. As once again it was Brady Moore coming in along with number 99 Liam Hoskins to hit McCray Jones right at the line.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, after that tackle, Brady Moore is coming off on the sideline looking very uncomfortable.
I'm wondering, he looks like maybe he got poked in the eye or something.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem serious by any stretch, but he does not look like he is doing too great down there on the sideline right now.
No gain on first down. 2nd and 10 now for the Hawks as they trail 21-7. Play action over the middle, and that pass is caught for a touchdown. Beautiful throw that time, zipped it right through. Oh, wait, never mind. It was incomplete. I thought he caught that and was dancing in the end zone. That's my bad.
I thought it was going to be intercepted. He zipped that thing through about 5 people.
Looked like it zipped through, but it was not caught. I thought Tyler Hoke had it, but he did not. I was about to give a lot of credit to Brady Brock for zipping that through a very tight window in coverage. Did Hope drop that, or did it get knocked down right in front of it?
You know, I thought he caught it, so
Yeah.
my guess is that it went through his stomach, but it did go through about 4 Marauders on the way, so would have been a tough one.
3rd and 10 now for the Hawks. This time, Brock rolling to his right, steps up, runs, gets hit, breaks a tackle. Really strong run from the diminutive Hoke, and he gets down to the 8-yard line for a gain of 4, setting up 4th and 6. Let's see what the Hawks decide to do here, down 2 scores.
Well, you get the sense that they were going to go for it no matter what with that play call, but I guess not, because that was a designed quarterback run.
Was it, or did he just see a hole and go?
No, there was a receiver blocking down here in the back corner of the end zone, so that was designed for him to run.
I think maybe if they had gotten bigger yardage, maybe they would have gone for it, but the Marauders closed up the hole after a 4-yard gain, and now the field goal team is on as number 83, Cameron Allen, is on for a 25-yard field goal. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. It's on the field. Marauders trying to find it, and they don't touch it. It's not a live ball because nobody touched it for the Marauders.
Right. Live ball for the Marauders is
for the
what
Marauders.
I meant. They could have picked it up and ran.
They were trying to run up and pick it up, and then they pulled back. That ball will go back to where it was touched. They're marking this at the 6, and that's not correct. It will be Marauders' ball, but a field goal block. Tim, did you see a number on who came through and got a hole?
I did not. It looked like it was somebody on the right side for sure, but it's so hard to. It's so dark down in that region of the field. It's hard to tell. And like I said, we for whatever reason we're out of replay here tonight, unfortunately. But wow, I mean, again, the Marauders stepping up, and why are they marking the ball at the 6?
Yeah, they're marking at the 6, and that's not correct because the ball was blocked. And
Hebron
nobody for Marcus
cannot pick it up.
No, nobody for Marcus touched it. It needs to be brought back to where Hebron touched the ball, which was just somewhere between around the 10. This is there, and now they're conferring to get together on that. The ball did roll past the line of scrimmage after it was blocked, but nobody for Marcus touched it. So
but they should mark it at the original line of scrimmage.
Yes, they should.
It was blocked, but they didn't. They're going to keep it at the 6.
I don't know what these officials are doing. That's not correct at all. But either way, it's another defensive stop. I mean, we know it's Marcus' ball. You've just got the ball marked at the wrong spot. If nobody for Marcus touched it, it's not a punt.
No.
It needs to go back to the – well, that okay,
even
whatever.
a punt wouldn't matter.
It needs to be out at the 20. That is a terrible job by the officials. Snap back on first down. Carter Francis with the ball trying to get the corner, and he is not going to get back to – he's going to get dropped for a loss of a yard back at the 5 as they tried to stretch it out, and the Hebron defense did a phenomenal job of stretching that play out.
I mean, phenomenal. They were not going to let Francis get that corner, that's for sure. The linebackers and defensive line stretched out, but again, Marcus should not be at their own 6-yard line.
No, I mean, the ball should have been at the 20. I mean, it's ridiculous. 2nd and 11 at the 5. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. In the shotgun. Hand off to Francis again. Just kind of burrowing forward this time. Pile moves all the way out to about the 10. So it'll be a gain of about 5. That'll set up a 3rd and 6 as play stops as one of the Hebron defenders' helmet came off. Looks like number 99, Roderick Joyner II, had his helmet pop off. He's going to come off the field for a play. Checking in for him is number 45, Ronald Guevara, senior defensive lineman. 3rd and 6 now for the Marauders at their own 10. This time they're going to go 3 wide receivers up top. And Kogler lined up, standing up, but lined up right on the end of the line here on the near side.
They got everybody bunched up in. There's no safety deep.
Shotgun snap back, blitz coming. Pass is out, and it is incomplete. It was a little bit low and outside, and Austin Allen got turned around but couldn't slow his momentum enough to be able to pick that up off the turf.
He had the 2 hands, but
it was
the ball
right
was just
above his feet.
Short.
Yeah.
Again, would have been a spectacular catch.
Nussmeier was trying to back shoulder throw, and unfortunately the pass just was just too low.
You'd like to see them be able to take advantage with no safeties deep there, but just a little too much underthrown. He wants to underthrow that a little bit, but that's a little too much.
So Hebron does a good job after the field goal block and forces a 3-and-out. Kogler with the snap, and this one's off the side of his foot. This is a high, short punt, And the fair catch is made at the Marcus 40-yard line. It's only going to be about, they're going to mark it at the 39. Only a 29-yard punt for Bear Kogler. Not what he wanted that time, as that one kind of went off the side of his foot.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job all year punting the football. That time, not so much. But Hebron now says, okay, no harm, no foul on our blocked field goal. We lost a minute or so, but we are right back here. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Marcus still a chance to double dip here, right?
Yep.
Score before the half is over and get the ball back in the third quarter.
Give credit to the Hebron defense for doing what they needed to do after the blocked field goal, getting some help from the officials on terrible ball spotting and forcing the 3 and out. 1st and 10. Play action, going deep up the near sideline, has Hoke, and that's right over the top, and no, it's incomplete. Are they going to call that a catch? That ball came out of his hands. They are. They're going to say he caught it, and it came out of his hands out of bounds at the 10-yard line, a 29-yard catch. It looked to me from here, now we're far away, it looked like he was juggling it a little bit, but I guess they're saying he had possession, stepped out, and then the ball came loose.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great job to catch that football because the defense was right there, too. I mean, it's good coverage.
And it was a great throw by Brady Brock.
Yeah.
Right over the top
We've
to
seen
Hope.
that from him.
Handoff to McCray Jones, gets hit at the line, powers his way forward, going to get 4 yards down to the 6. He got hit by Cole Schott right as he crossed the line of scrimmage, but that momentum carried him another 3 yards.
I tell you, I'm surprised they are moving as fast as they are. Maybe they'll slow it down here, but why do you want to give Marcus any time left?
Snap back, handoff to McCray Jones again. He's inside the 5, down to about the 3. That'll set up 3rd and goal from the 3. I kind of agree with you. I'm surprised they're not trying to use the clock a little, especially after the big catch from Hope just now.
To slow this thing down if you're Hebron. Last thing you want is put Nussmeier back on the field with any sort of time to do anything. He's proven he can do it before.
It looks like they're lining up. We'll see if they snap this before the 2-minute warning.
I'd be surprised if they do, and they do.
Handoff. No, it's a keep this time from Brady Brock. Gets down to inside the 5, down to about the 2 on the zone read action. Gets stopped about 1.5 yards short, and with 1:57, we'll go to the 2-minute warning. It'll be 4th and goal for the Hawks, and we have reached the 2-minute timeout. So 21-7 Marcus, 1:57 to go. This is Marcus football night.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates, proud sponsors of Marcus High School football. Whether it's a game-winning touchdown or a fierce tackle, we're here to keep our athletes strong and in the game. From sports injuries to joint pain, our team of top orthopedic specialists is dedicated to providing the best care to keep you moving. Visit us at Orthopedic Associates, where your health is our victory.
$1:57 to go here in the first half. Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you from Marauders Stadium. The Marcus Marauders leading the Hebron Hawks by a score of 21-7. But the Hawks have the ball, 4th and goal, just inside the 2-yard line. That previous play was a wildcat action, as it was actually number 1, Drew Coster, who took the snap, and he kept it after faking the handoff to McCray Jones. Got down inside the 2 before he got stopped. But again, don't quite understand why they even ran a play and running hurry up. It's weird. But nonetheless, it's 4th and goal. And here they go with Wildcat again with Coster and McCray Jones in the backfield. Straight quarterback draw to the right side, and he will get into the end zone for the touchdown. They haven't signaled it yet, but it sure looked for the world from here like Drew Coster got in. And yes, there's the signal. Drew Coster, as he had both McCray Jones, the running back, and the tight end, number 87, Connor Berry, lead blocking for him on quarterback power over left tackle.
Yeah, so you look at what they've done in the red zone. They had the 1 touchdown, but then they had to pick. Then they had the blocked field goal, so you start to wonder, do we have the red zone woes tonight? They go to Wildcat, and they're able to get in the end zone. But curious on the timing, because you've given Nussmeier and company 1:49 with 2 timeouts. That's a lifetime.
Extra point is up, and it is good with 1:49 to go in the first quarter. The Hawks, after getting the field goal blocked, forced the 3 and out, and are able to take that possession down and punch it into the end zone. And they now trail 21-14. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And yeah, this is now you have the opportunity, if you're Marcus, to double dip. Your offense, for the most part, has been very explosive in this first half. you've got a chance here to not only extend your lead back, but then you get the ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's what you want. That's why you kick that ball off to start the game, for this opportunity right here. And Marcus has shown us that they can get this done. They did it last week. They scored right before the end of the half. Last week they just weren't able to come out in the third quarter and get it done. We'll see what they got here, but I think this was a huge mistake by Hebron from a clock management standpoint.
So Austin Allen and Peyton Belton are back deep to receive this kick. We'll see what Hebron does. See if they try to pooch it short or if they kick it deep. And yes, Marcus does have 2 timeouts. Marcus has all 3 timeouts, I should say, to play with. It's Hebron that has 2. They the only ones that used one in the first half. And they go with the high short kick. And it's going to be caught at the 16 and returned. Coming up to the near side, out past the 30 to the 31. Nice return by P.C. Carter, who ranged back and returned that about 13 yards out to the 31-yard line.
Well, that'll help. That'll help. I mean, good field position is always a plus. And, yes, excuse me, they have all 3 timeouts.
Make it 14 yards. They mark him officially at the 32. So a minute 44 to go here in the first half. Marauders starting at their 32, up 21-14. The Marauders will get the ball to start the third quarter, and they will come out in a 3-wide set in shotgun here on first down. Snap back to Nussmeier. Fires one over the middle. Pass is incomplete. A little bit behind Austin Allen. He was able to get his hands on it, but couldn't reel it in. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Again, you want Nussmeier to be a little bit more accurate with some of these throws, but at the same time, sometimes as a receiver, you've got to help your quarterback.
Yeah, and we've seen Austin Allen make more than one of those catches this year. So kind of surprising whenever one drops through his fingers.
2nd and 10 now for the Marauders. Low snap, and it gets by Nussmeier. He's ranging back, and he just has to fall on it inside the 20, gets away, and then he corrals it. But a huge break for the Hawks and a big mistake for the Marauders. That pass just rolled past him on the ground, and they lose yardage all the way back to the 18. It's a loss of 14.
And now Hebron will call timeout with the idea that they will get the ball back. Question is, if your mark is here, what do you do? This is 3rd and forever. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for this.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 24 now, back at the 18-yard line after the bad snap. I don't know if I'm in this case. I think this is one of those where I'm trying to get the ball. Maybe you run some kind of a bubble screen or something of that nature to Allen, or to maybe even swing Carter Francis out and run some kind of screen and see if you can get him in the open field with some blockers out in front.
There's 2 things you can't do in this scenario: take a sack or throw an incompletion and stop the clock without them having to use a timeout. So a screen here or draw is the most logical type of play. I like the screen. It takes more time. You do have an opportunity perhaps to get a first down that way, but get your screen, get some yards, let them burn up their last timeout, and then that way at least you've controlled some of the narrative from a clock standpoint. The last thing you want to do is give up any more points before the end of this half.
So 3rd and 24 now for the Marauders, as this drive has been completely the opposite of what the Marauders were looking for here. Hawks have 1 timeout left they can use here to stop the clock after this play. And now a timeout is called by Marcus. It looked like they wanted to see what they were lining up for defensively. See if they maybe change something up here on this play.
Hebron came out and showed everybody up in the box, no safeties, but as soon as Nussmeier started to get into his cadence, they all dropped back. I don't think that's the defense you're going to see right here.
So everything looked like it was going the Marauders' way here until, they kind of had, it was 21-7, had the ball at midfield, the drive stalled, had to punt. Hebron drives down inside the 10, then has a bad snap of their own, ends up getting a field goal block, but I'm not going to harp on the officials much longer, but again, that was an egregious mistake by the officials. I have to see if we can figure out from our public address people what they said, but that was I still don't know why they marked the ball at the 6 after that block field goal.
Yeah, I have a hard time myself understanding that.
Empty formation here on 3rd and 24 now as they go 5 wide. 3-man rush. Nussmeier's just going to take it on a quarterback draw, and he's got some room up the field. The 35 out to the 40, and he is still on his feet inside the Hebron territory, down to the 35 and knocked out of bounds. When I saw the formation, I was wondering in my head if they were going to go quarterback draw, but Nussmeier, with just strength and guile, just broke a tackle, got the first down, and got it all the way to the Hebron 31.
Well, sometimes it's about the Joes, and it's not about the X's and the O's. We know that Nussmeier is a Joe, no question about it. And he just takes off, put the ball in the hands of your best player. He almost gets tackled 2 or 3 times, just keeps motoring in the perfect scenario because he gets out of bounds too.
Yeah, and it looked like they were going to they had a couple of guys get in contact right about the 40 to try and stop him short of the first down, but he broke through and ends up taking it for 53 yards. Pass is caught by Austin Allen on a little screen inside the 30 down to the 26. It's a gain of 5, 1:05 to go here in the half. And now we have a stoppage of play as we have a man down. One of the linemen for the Marcus Marauders. Looks like Frank Adams maybe. Check that. I think that maybe is 70, number Elijah Carney.
70.
Eli Carney, excuse me, yeah. Eli Carney was checked in on that play at left tackle, and he is the player down on the turf being checked on by the trainers. While they attend to him, let's go ahead and take a short break here as they attend to the injured Marauder player. This is Marcus Football Night.
Can you feel it? The paradigm shift. The rising intensity as the engines idle. Let the race begin. Fire up your appetite. Farm fresh beef, straight from the source, to our grill, and from the sea to your plate. All of our ingredients are fresh and made to order. Dine in today and taste the fast and furious difference. Order online or take it to go. And fire up your appetite at F&F Japanese Grill.
Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith back here with you at Marauders Stadium as the Marauders lead the Hebron Hawks by a score of 21-14. 1:03 to go in the first half. The Marauders going to have a 2nd and 5 at the 26 of Hebron, but right now they're still attending to an injured Marcus Marauder offensive lineman. It is number 70, Eli Carney, the senior, who is down. He was in on that play for Eli's the reserve left tackle. He was in on that play for Frank Adams, who will be checking back in now, but Eli's still down on the field being checked on by the trainer. Something around his ankles where he was injured. And they're actually going to bring the card out, it looks like, unfortunately, to help Eli get off the field.
You hate to see this.
Yeah. It was on the back side of the play. Again, it was away from, they threw a bubble screen to the far side of the field, and he is playing left tackle, so it was something that happened on the back side of the play. Don't know if he got rolled up on or what the situation was, but it's definitely looking at the legs of Eli Carney. So let's go back to what happened a minute ago. 3rd and 24 at the 18-yard line for the Marauders. They spread everything out going 5 wide. Hebron, as you would expect, only brings a 3-man rush and drops everybody else back. And it was a design quarterback draw, clearly. Nussmeier took 1 step back, took off, had a couple of his receivers blocking for him out in front, was able to get almost untouched out to the 40, a couple yards for a first down when 2 defenders converged on him, and he just not only ran through it, but was able to maintain his balance as he started to trip a little bit, got back to his feet, and good to see Eli Carney. He is sitting up on the cart being taken back to the locker room to get looked at, but he is sitting up, and that's a good sign. But kept his feet and is able to get all the way down to the 31 before he gets tackled on that play, a gain of 51 yards.
It's the thing of legends, Jacob, and we were here to see it. We said draw or screen, and then he comes out and empty. So quarterback draw.
Yeah.
Didn't put that on the bingo card for that particular situation, but turns out to be a great play call.
They set the clock at 53 seconds and are now winding it. 2nd and 5 for the Marauders. Snap back to Nussmeier. He's got time now, rolling to his left to get out of the pocket, and he's just going to take off with it, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds inside the 25. And see, they're going to mark it at the 23. It'll be a gain of 3 yards, setting up 3rd and 2 with 41 seconds to go.
And I thought he was going to pull the trigger. Austin Allen coming across the back of the end zone, waving his hand like crazy. I really thought he was going to do it, but he tucked it down, makes a smart play.
Well, he made,
There's a lot of people back there.
In that time, maybe he just didn't see Austin Allen trailing him that time. But, yeah, again, the smart play. Got about 3 yards, setting up a 3rd and short. It's 3rd and 2 for the Marauders now.
I mean, they're in field goal range.
They are.
We've seen that.
Carter Francis, offset to the right side of Nussmeier in the shotgun. 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. And the play clock ran out. Wow. Didn't see that. As we only have a play clock on the south end of the field.
There's one over there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, there it is now.
I
was looking for it. It was like, did it go out? And I just missed it. So, unfortunately, the Marauders took too long to get that play snapped. So, back it up 5 yards to the 28. That's just a mental mistake by Nussmeier. Got to get things going quicker than that. Now they change up 3 wide set here on 3rd and 8. Nuss drops back. Pressure comes. He steps away. Rolling to his left. Fires the ball. And it is caught by Susko for a 1st down. The pass was behind him as Nussmeier was trying to get away from pressure, but Susko reached back and made the snag at the 16 for a gain of 12 and a 1st, and a player is down for Hebron at the end of that play.
I mean, if you're the Hebron Hawks, I don't know what you're supposed to do because you get that quick pressure instantly. Nussmeier able to shake that guy off, then able to run away from another guy that should be able to get him, and then hit a strike to his 6'6" receiver downfield.
Yeah, and a great catch by Susko, who again was coming across the field, going with his quarterback, and like I said, the pass was behind him. He just turned his body, reached back, snagged it, and the man who made the tackle was the one who was down. It was Jalen Rayford, number 3, the safety, but he is up, and the trainers are walking with him. He's coming off under his own power. So 1st and 10 at the 16, 30 seconds left. Snap back. Going to go to the end zone with this one, going for Susko, and that one's way too high and out of bounds. As he was throwing the fade to Susko, to the 6'6" wide receiver, and just put too much on it.
Well, that's a great job by Creighton. Creighton is playing defense there. He's giving up a lot of inches, but he plays perfect. And he actually gives the quarterback, Nussmeier, nowhere to go with the ball because Susko is lined up so wide. He gives a little jib-jab at the line of scrimmage, but Creighton is able to use that sideline as an extra defender, does it perfectly.
Preston Creighton, the junior cornerback, checks in at 5'8", so he's given up 10 inches.
I was trying to be nice.
Susko.
I don't know why you have to put it on blast, but okay.
Drop back on 2nd down, pass out to the far side. It is caught inside the 10. It's going to be close to a 1st down, and a timeout will be called by the Marauders with 13 seconds left. See where they mark this. Boy, that is a terrible spot.
Well, I'm surprised that they kept rolling the clock. I mean,
he did get driven backwards after he caught. That was Kogler on the catch on the far side of the field.
By Kogler as well.
And he got contacted and pushed back, but that was close to a 1st down. I thought they were going to mark him maybe, about where the stick is, but they marked him at the 8 where he got driven back to. That just makes no sense.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, if you're going to mark him where he went out of bounds,
I mean, you got to give him forward progress where he first got contacted, which was about a good yard further upfield, about a half yard short of the 1st down. Instead, it is now going to be 3rd and 2 for the Marauders. They have 1 timeout remaining, does Marcus, with 13 or 8. Is that 18? That's 18 seconds left. I'm sorry. Thought it was 13. It's 18.
There's 18 seconds left.
Those numbers are really close together. It makes it hard to read. 18 seconds left in the 1st. Marauders have 1 timeout left. 3rd and 2 for Marcus. The good thing is you can run the ball here with the timeout.
Absolutely can run the football here.
And they have a tight formation, 2 tight ends. Play action to Francis. Nussmeier rolls to his right. Now he's looking in the end zone, fires, and he goes again high. He was trying to find Susko, and again just threw it too high. I'm a little surprised that the Marauders didn't run the ball that time and just try and get the first down with the timeout in their pocket. But it's 4th and 2 now, and they're going to send the offense back out on the field.
Yeah, I guess why not, right? That you're right here knocking on the door. You feel like you can get 2 yards.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a 25-yard field goal for Santiago Diaz. It's an interesting call. You're getting the ball back to start the third quarter. 11 seconds left. Going to go nobody at tight formation. Now they're going to line up Mayfield. He goes under center, and now the timeout's called. They were trying to get a jump. They had Mayfield come in motion, then run under center trying to get a jump, and it didn't happen. So they called the timeout, and now I think we will see the field goal unit come on for the Marauders.
Nice job by the Marcus offensive line for nobody to jump off sides there. We've seen them do this year in the past and tried and get that false start. So good job to be disciplined on the offensive line and not jump.
So with 11 seconds, it'll be 4th and 2. The Marauders will bring the field goal unit on, try to add 3 points and extend this lead back out to 10. And once again, as we've said, they'll get the ball to start quarter number 3. It has been a first half of explosive plays for the Marauder offense here in this tonight, as they have gotten big runs and big passes. For Hebron's part, they've moved the ball well on offense. They've just gotten into the red zone and gotten shut out on an interception and a blocked field goal on 2 of their possessions.
Those 2 plays have turned out to be the difference in this game so far. Really the interception even more so than the blocked field goal, because they got the ball back right away after the blocked field goal.
And now the offense does come back out on the field, and they're going to set up. They're going to go for this.
Okay.
On 4th and 2. Snap back, play action. Rolling to his left is Nussmeier trying to get away. He's got the corner. He's inside the 10, the 5, and he dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Colton Nussmeier uses that big frame, uses his speed to get the corner, dives in from 8 yards out, and the Marauders get 6 to extend this lead back out to 2 touchdowns.
That was a run-pass option. He did have the option to throw. That wasn't the right move. Once he got around the corner, and how you're not playing some sort of contain against this quarterback, I don't know. And then he puts his shoulder down and runs you over to finish it off with a little extra flavor at the end.
Santiago Diaz lines up for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good with 3 seconds left in the half. The Marauders are back up 14. It is now 28-14 Marcus over Hebron. They'll kick this thing off and see if they can end the first half without letting Hebron run another play. I tell you what, the one dangerous part about that play for Nussmeier is when he decided to run, he was going to get the first down, but if he didn't get into the end zone, Marcus would have had to line up quick to try and snap it and spike it, because they didn't have any timeouts left. The clock would have stopped momentarily to reset the chains, but it would have been really interesting to see if they would have been able to get the clock stopped for a field goal attempt if he didn't score.
That didn't even enter Coach Alexander's mind. When he knew the play call, he knew exactly what Nussmeier was going to do. I don't think Nussmeier ever really thought to throw the football. He looked a little bit just to give you that
I think
look,
he looked.
I
He
think
saw
he
the
knew what
guys.
he was going to do.
He saw the guys covered and saw he had space, and so he just took off.
He's more athletic than you give him credit for. That's for sure. Not you necessarily. But he's athletic. He's sneaky athletic is what I like to say.
Diaz will line things up. Interested to see if the Marauders maybe squib this one instead of doing the pooch kick, see if they can get the half ended. And that's exactly what they do. A little squib kick picked up at the 26. It is returnable. And getting to the far side of the field and then getting corralled and brought down at about the 38, 39-yard line is Javonnier Broussard, and that will end things for the first half. So the Marauder offense exploding in this first half tonight, and the defense getting some key stops when they need it, including a stop on special teams, and the Marauders will go to the half leading by a score of 28-14 over the Hebron Hawks. Tim, real quickly, but what are your thoughts here on what we've seen here in this first half?
I mean, Marcus looks like they are on another level tonight. They look like they are a well-oiled machine. They had the one step back on offense, but they've looked incredible. Nussmeier is really just letting it fly. The offense is doing great. If we look at the defense, they had a little trouble stopping the run early. They got that corrected. They made some adjustments, right? They've done really good in the red zone. I think this has been a great job for Marcus so far, showing no hangover from the week before.
Yeah, the hangover's definitely not there after what happened last week. So they'll get the ball to start the second half, up 28-14. All right, Tim and I are going to take a little break here at halftime, and we'll be back a few minutes before the end of the halftime program to kind of recap things, maybe give you some stats from the first half of play. But until then, take a break, enjoy the halftime, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Marcus leads Hebron 28-14, and this is Marcus Football Night.
call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights. call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You wanna be great now. You're just trying to find a way out. I don't wanna tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you, I want you to live. Take
Each one, teach one. Get some, get some, get some. Each one.
Back here at Marauders Stadium, Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you as the Marauders lead the Hebron Hawks by a score of 28-14 at the half, and the Marauders will get the ball to start quarter number 3. And right now, let's go over some of the first half numbers for you. Obviously, a 28-14 lead for Marcus, but an offensive explosion by honestly both teams in that first half. Over 600 yards of offense, Tim, in that first half by both teams combined. Marcus outgaining Hebron 336 to 293. Again, these are unofficial numbers. Marcus had 156 yards passing, 180 on the ground. Hebron 200 yards through the air and technically only 93 on the ground. Both teams' rushing numbers hurt a little bit by those bad snap plays that lost them double-digit yards. But the Marauders, the difference in the game, we talked about this, the spectacular interception by Easton Mitchell in the end zone to take points off the board for Hebron, and then the blocked field goal in the second quarter as well, which kept more points off the board. That really, in many ways, is why the score is tighter than it is right now. But both offenses moving the ball well. It's just Marcus was able to punch it into the end zone. Nussmeier in the first half, 10 of 18, 156 yards passing, and one touchdown through the air. Nussmeier also had a touchdown on the ground from 8 yards out right before the end of the first half. Well, excuse me, a little hiccup there. He has officially 48 yards rushing on 4 carries. Again, he also got hurt by that snap that rolled past him on the turf where they lost 14 yards. Because he recovered the fumble, that goes to him. Otherwise, his rushing numbers would be much better. Receiving-wise, Luke Susko was fantastic in that first half, going with his quarterback when his quarterback would scramble and make a couple of great catches, including a 31-yard touchdown pass. Susko had 3 catches for 83 yards in that first half. Jamison Mayfield had a couple of grabs for 37. Austin Allen 3 for 15, and Bear Kogler 2 for 21. Carter Francis was the rushing star. 8 carries, 130 yards, and 2 scores in that first half, breaking off a 63 and a 52-yard touchdown run. On the other side, though, again, Hebron has moved the ball well. Honestly, I'll say it, I've been a little surprised they haven't run the ball more. Now, Brady Brock was good unofficially in that first half. He was 9 of 14 for 200 yards. He had a touchdown and the interception, which was not his fault, as we've discussed. Asen McCray-Jones, the senior running back, 15 carries, 66 yards. His backup, David Price, 6 carries for 33 yards, so 21 carries for 99 yards for their top 2 running backs. It's been a very effective ground game for Hebron. Drew Coster had a couple of carries, as we talked about earlier on the Wildcat plays, and he's the one that got into the end zone. And then if they've got some losses as well, but due the Hawks. Tyler Hoke had the big catches, 3 catches, 101 yards receiving the first half. Ethan Hellwig had 4 for 71, and Drew Coster had 2 catches for 28 and the 1 touchdown. So, again, the offenses really are the ones that made the plays, a lot of explosive plays on both sides of the ball. It was just that the Marauders were able to come up with a couple of more stops, including those key ones down in their own red zone.
Yeah, I mean, the fireworks have been tremendous throughout the game, but you have to score when you get into the red zone. And you said it, the interception, not Brady's fault, but you can't have it, right? You have to understand matchups. If you're going to throw on the big 6'2 corner, then maybe put the ball out a little bit more, whatever you have to do. But you have to score in the red zone or you end up 28-14 at half. And now Marcus getting the ball out of halftime like they did a week ago.
Yeah.
This week, can they take advantage? They weren't able to a week ago. In fact, the entire third quarter was a mashup of mistakes.
Yes.
And hopefully tonight, this is going to be the quarter that they want. This is when they should come out, exploit all the weaknesses that they've seen in the first half, take all those adjustments, go down, get another touchdown, get that separation here.
Other scores from around District 5-6-8 tonight in Coppell tonight at the half. Denton Geyer leading Coppell by a score of 21-6. Both teams coming into this game tonight 1-0 in district play. Louisville up in Denton taking on Braswell. That game is going about as expected, as at the half Louisville is in full control, 25-0 the score at the half up there. Flower Mound is handling their business at home down the street, down the road from here, handling their business against Little Elm tonight. It is 28-17 Flower Mound at the half over at Wildcat Stadium. over at Flower Mound High School. And both of those teams, Flower Mound and Little Elm, trying to get off the schneid as well in district play. Flower Mound and Little Elm only had 1 win combined between the two of them. So games, for the most part, seem to be going as expected. This one and the game over in Coppell were probably kind of the two toss-ups tonight as to what would happen. So, you know, all you can do if you're Marcus is you need to get that first district win tonight, and like we said in the pregame, get that first step to 4 to try and get yourself in position to make the playoffs.
The race to 4.
Yes.
And you can get that first one here tonight. This is big for them because they have relinquished leads in the past. So it's big for them to hold on to this lead, extend the lead, and have a very clean third quarter.
Both teams are back onto the field now. Again, the Marcus Marauders tonight in their all black uniforms with the silver numbers and the red and white stripes. And Hebron with a very clean, icy white look tonight with their white jerseys and white helmets with their H logo on the side and blue numbers outlined in black. Nice, clean look for both teams tonight. I like what I'm saying.
I love these.
This is a great uniform game. Well, I like the white ones for Hebron too. This is a great uniform game. And they're going to go onside kick to start things off, and it is loose, but it goes out of bounds. So Hebron comes out, tries to steal a possession, and just couldn't get the bounce, and it went out of bounds. And the Marauders will take over at their own 42. Woo, boy, that was. You wondered if. In the back of your mind, I was kind of wondering if Hebron might try something here, and they did. They tried to steal a possession.
Yeah, that's straight out of the Drew Brees New Orleans Saints playbook.
Sean Payton playbook,
Sean Payton. Wow, a surprise onside to start the third quarter. Luckily for Marcus, the ball goes out of bounds unharmed.
It skipped past a Marauder player who was getting down to try and recover it.
Yeah.
Just skipped past him and went out of bounds at the Marcus 47, which is where they'll start. Hand off to Francis. He gets past the line, gets hit, and knocked backwards. The ball came out. Oh, nope, the referee is saying he was down before it came out. Came in and called that immediately. The ball did pop out afterwards, but the side judge said immediately he was down. Got to the 49-yard line, gain of 2 for Carter Francis.
And we got a replay here. We'll see.
Replay back.
We got replay here tonight now.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Hard to see in that scrum, but love how we're finishing off blocks at the end of the play.
He was getting driven backwards, and then, I think he hit the ground before the ball came out. So 2nd and 8 now for the Marauders.
Flirting with disaster 2 plays in a row in this third quarter already.
Nussmeier dropping back out of the shotgun. Now he's going to step up and take off across midfield. Almost skips away, but we have a flag down. This may be coming back. We'll see. He gets tripped up at the 46, and this is going to be a hold on the Marauders.
That's a heck of a tackle to bring down big old Nussmeier there in the middle of the field. But
would have been a 5-yard game, but this one's coming back. Sounds like maybe it was Matthew Wallet. I thought I heard 65 from the referee. So that'll back it up 10 yards.
That's not possible. Wallet didn't hold anyone. Come on, man.
So it's going to be 2nd and 18 now for the Marauders. Again, this was one of those drives we talked about it. Getting points on the board here is huge for the Marauders if they can figure it out. They're going to go empty here on 2nd and long. And they're bringing a blitz is Hebron. He fires one up the far side, and that is out of the reach. He tried to hit Peyton Belton on a fade route and just put it a little too far out in front, as that time when they went empty, they the Hawks brought 6 and went full man zero coverage.
Yeah, that ball took off on Nussmeier a little bit because you could see his receiver 12, and that was Belton.
Peyton Belton, yeah.
He tried to hit the afterburners to go catch up to that thing. I think that ball just got away from Nussmeier just a little bit.
So it's 3rd and 18 now. Marauders in danger of not being able to take advantage of the great field position. Showing pressure again is Hebron, and they do bring a 4th man. Passes over the middle, and it is caught by Mayfield. A nice sliding grab in Hebron territory. They're going to mark him at the 44. He's a yard short of the first down. It's a gain of 17. 4th and 1 at the 44. Now they're going to mark it back to the 45, but the offense is going to stay on the field.
This is going to be a long 2.
Yeah. Gain of 16 yards for Jamison Mayfield on the sliding catch.
Here's the replay. You'll see Nussmeier just throw a rocket. Look how tight that spiral is right in between the coverage. Way to go down and get that ball. Mayfield, it must be the name. We love Baker Mayfield as well.
4th and 2, and now play has been stopped. It looks like the Hawks coaching staff has called a timeout here before the snap of the ball. But the Marauders they were going. They weren't trying to draw them off sides. They were definitely going. They were running a play. So we'll see what they do after the timeout. So 4th and 2. I like this call here to go ahead and go for it. You're in plus territory now. You're across midfield. You're at the Hebron 45. 4th, short yardage. Your offense has been moving the ball very well all night long. You want to take advantage of the fantastic field position you got to start this third quarter after the failed onside kick attempt and get this to a 3-score game.
Yeah, certainly not upset they're going for it. I would say they're going to have to run a different play than what they were about to run. Almost think you put the ball in the hands of your best player here and let Nussmeier get this first down like he's done so many other times here tonight.
Now the run game has been effective tonight, no doubt, with Carter Francis. That I will be interested to see what they do here. They were lining up under center, and they're doing it again. This is interesting. This reminds me of Carter Francis. Again, he's lining up 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. This reminds me of the kid from Boise State that's with the Raiders now. Snap back, play action, Ashton Genty. A pass in the air, and it is caught for a first down. The pass was a little low, but Bear Kogler, who came off the line on the play action rollout, went down to the turf and got those arms underneath it inside the 30 at the 27.
Kogler makes a heck of a catch. We'd like to get this ball a little bit more up in the air, but you'll see just a little rollout. And, oh, what a catch just off the turf from Kogler. That makes up for the drop from
most definitely
a few quarters ago. What a catch.
18 yards on the catch by Kogler, 1st and 10 at the 27. Hand off to Francis, trying to go over the right side and gets stacked up and actually dropped for about a yard loss on the play. Great job that time by the defensive front of the Hebron Hawks, just pushing the line of scrimmage into the backfield. That looked like it was number 99, Roderick Joyner, that time on the stop.
Francis hasn't had a whole bunch of success since those first 2 big runs. After that, most of the run has come from the quarterback position. So we're going to have to see how Marcus can get that running game back on track.
Loss of 1 back to the 28, 2nd and 11 now for the Marauders. Opening possession of the third quarter. They go shotgun, bunch formation up top. 3 wide receivers, pass to the single wide receiver on the near side. It's caught. It's Susko. He tries to spin out of a tackle, but is brought down. Nice tackle that time by number 20, Preston Creighton, as he drops Susko at the 16, but it's enough for a first down.
Heck of a route by Susko. We can't see it here, but he gets his defender to think he's going deep. Look how far the defender is behind him, a good 7 yards, because he gets that defender to turn his hips and turn to go deep, and then he just cuts it back and comes back for an easy completion.
Gain of 12 yards and a first down. Unfortunately, we have a Marcus Marauder player down. I believe it is the right guard, number 65, Matthew Wallet, who is down on the play and getting checked on by the trainers here for the moment. They had one injury in the first half along the offensive line. It was the reserve tackle, Eli Carney, who was carted off the field to go get checked out. And right now we have Matthew Wallet down. Let's go ahead and take a quick break while the trainers attend to,
he's getting up.
On. Looks like he is starting to actually get
rising.
up. Yeah, he's up. Coming off on his own power.
He is the pancake maker of this offensive line, so we need him to get back out there immediately and start serving up pancakes with some extra syrup.
That's a good sign. Matthew Wallet coming off on under his own power now. Checking in for him at right guard will be number 61, Sammy Torres, the senior. As it is after the 12-yard catch and run by Luke Susko, the Marauders have 1st and 10 at the Hebron 16. Just under 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter, 8:58 to go. And Nussmeier will be under center on first down. Mayfield in motion, and they toss it to Mayfield, and he's looking to throw. He was looking to throw it back to Nussmeier. Nobody there, so he just play. Nussmeier was covered, and he also was getting pressured, so he just got out of there.
Well, first he looks to throw it right. No one's open there, so then he comes back to Nussmeier, sees Nussmeier's not open, so then he decides he's going to run. So he's already run all the way to the right, has to come all the way back to the left, and all that for about 5 yards. Good job.
2nd and 6 now at the 12-yard line.
4 yards.
Yeah, well, great job just getting something out of that, because that play looked like it was about to be disaster. Shotgun snap back to Nussmeier. Throws towards the end zone. Pass is caught, and it is held on to for the touchdown. It's a touchdown. They called it a touchdown because it was dual possession as they went to the ground. And so they called
Susko comes out with it. There you go.
Ty goes to the receiver, Tim. Ty goes to the receiver.
I couldn't tell. It looked like it might have been in the defender's hands.
Great job by Creighton. He tried to rip that away, but Susko caught it, had his hands on it, and went to the ground with it still in his hands, which means it's a touchdown. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you take it away after, it doesn't matter.
That ball, I think that ball actually exchanged hands maybe once or twice. That's a great job by Susko to continue to fight. And Creighton really showing grit tonight at the corner position.
That's the second touchdown catch of the night for Susko. This one from 12 yards out.
And exactly what you wanted coming out of the locker room.
Santiago Diaz on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:42 to go in quarter number 3. The Marauders have expanded their lead. It is now 35-14 Marcus. This is Marcus football night. The Marcus Marauders take advantage of the unsuccessful onside kick, and they take the ball 53 yards on the opening possession of the third quarter, and they punch it into the end zone on a 12-yard touchdown pass from Colton Nussmeier to Luke Susko, the second connection of the night between those two for 6. And the Marauders do exactly what they wanted to do with this opening possession, punching it into the end zone and extending this lead to 3 scores.
Every time, the most important drive of the game is that first drive coming out of the third quarter, usually for both teams. And couldn't have been more important for Hebron to get a stop there, as you could tell with the surprise onside. But even more importantly for Marcus, they had to get a touchdown. They haven't been able to do that coming out of the locker room this year. So that's so important mentally to know that you can go in, make adjustments, come out, put a drive together. Even with some adversity throughout the drive, they were still able to punch it in and get the big touchdown. And now this separation, massive.
Yeah, and and apparently there was some kind of personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct after the extra point, because there was a 15-yard penalty assessed against Marcus, and they are kicking off from the 25-yard line. And Diaz will just kick this one as far as he can, but it is going to be returnable at the 14-yard line. Up past the 25, out to the 30, still scampering up to the 35, and then runs into a wall. That was returned by number 17, the wide receiver Nathan Parnell, but a 21-yard return. Diaz got his leg into that one for sure.
He sure did.
But a 21-yard return sets up Hebron at their own 35 in good field position. We cannot talk about that last touchdown drive without mentioning the 4th down conversion that the Marauders executed, facing 4th and 2 at the Hebron 45, as Hebron was trying to get that stop we talked about, and Nussmeier hooked up with Bear Kogler, who went down to the ground and got his hands under a low throw to make the catch.
Got his hands under the ball, in between ball and turf.
1st and 10, handoff and he gets to the corner. Does McCray Jones? I started to say Anson Davis. It's Anson McCray Jones breaks a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, gets the corner, and gets out to the 40 for a gain of 5. That was all effort that time by McCray Jones.
Now, Ryan San Miguel played that perfectly, strung it all the way out, had the tackle made, but
just got stiff-armed.
Just not able to bring down the running back, McCray Jones, who's been running great all night.
This time it's a zone read keeper by the quarterback, Brady Brock, and he gets into Marcus territory. Great read that time, just shoots up the middle and gets to the 46 of Marcus for a gain of 14 and a first.
And adds a little spin move at the end for Spice.
Again, this run game was very productive in the first half for the Hebron Hawks. I mean, really, their whole offense was. They had almost 300 yards of offense in that first half.
That was the red zone offense that killed them in that first half.
They're staying in this split-back shotgun set here on this possession. This play action from Brock. He's getting pressured, trying to get away. Miguel on the chase, and he flicks it forward like just shovels it forward, and McCray Jones made the catch at the 42 for a gain of 4. Wow, Ryan San Miguel looked like he was about to get a sack, and at the last second, Brady Brock just flicked it forward to his running back.
Yeah, here it is. It's another one of those Josh Allen type plays. It's the second one we've seen, one from each quarterback tonight. What a job to get that. Very dangerous, but he's able to get it done.
But he actually,
incredible play.
And it was David Price, not McCray Jones, who he got the ball to, but he got air under it. He flicked it over the defense. Great play. 2nd and 4. Hand off to McCray Jones. He's into the second level, spins out of a tackle. He's inside the 25 before he's finally brought down at the 24-yard line. A gain of 18 for Asen McCray Jones, keeping this effective running game going as he broke multiple tackles on that run.
Yeah, just sticking with this running game. McCray Jones has been a monster all evening.
1st and 10 at the 24. Play action, pass over the middle is caught. Inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line on the RPO action. Little quick slant off the play action RPO, and he gets it down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 13. That was Drew Coster, and they're going tempo are the Hawks. Snap back, McCray Jones with the handoff inside the 10, breaking tackles inside the 5, pushing the pile towards the goal line, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. Asen McCray Jones showing the power in that 190-pound frame, just bulled his way into the end zone from about the 5-yard line.
I mean, this was a bully drive from the Hebron Hawks the whole time. Just the one throw on an RPO, little in-breaking slant route, but otherwise
the flick.
Flip. Otherwise, it's been all run downhill in your face. Great job by Hebron.
And they're lining up. They're going to go for 2 here. It's a pass into the end zone, and it is knocked away. They tried to spread everybody out with a very odd formation. All the linemen split out, and they came back to the weak side and tried to hit Tyler Hoke on a quick slant, but the pass was knocked down. I didn't see who was on defense
that
on Hoke. It was Brady Moore on defense.
That's the wrong guy to go after, I'll tell you what.
So they try to go for 2 to get it to a 13-point game, but the Marauders defend it. But still, man, a great drive that time by the Hebron Hawks. Started at the 35 after the kickoff return and just moved it with efficiency on the ground and hit a couple of key passes on that drive.
It didn't take a lot of time either. I mean, there's still 6:45 to go in this quarter. You would have thought with all the running that was going on that would have been a longer drive, but not at all with some of the big pop runs that they had.
Yeah, they were getting big chunks of yardage that entire way down the field. That drive only took about 2 minutes. And they answer the score, but they don't get the extra point. So the Marauders still have a 15-point lead, and this offense has got to keep the gas pedal down on the floor.
They're going to have to. There's going to be no slowdown. There can't be any slowdown for this Marcus offense, and you can see Nussmeier up, throwing to his tight end Kogler on the sideline. He is anxious to get back on the field and put more points on the board.
Austin Allen, Peyton Belton back deep to receive the kick. And high short pooch kick this time. Caught at the 20-yard line by Allen. He's going to try and return it. Makes a man miss. Now he's got some room on the far side out past the 30 and then gets stood up at about the 33. So it'll be about a 13-yard return for Austin Allen, but good field position for the Marauders to try and see if they can get this lead back to 3 scores.
I don't think they have to do anything crazy.
No.
Stick to the run game and that little pass game, especially with the rollout. Nussmeier's been real effective on the run here tonight. Everything's been working for this offense. Everything that's in the playbook, the coach is calling. They're getting positive yards. Very few missteps out here tonight for this Marauder offense.
They mark him officially at the 32, which is where the Marauders will start this drive. So a 12-yard return for Allen. They go 3 receivers to the near side here. Hand off to Francis right up the gut. Out past the 35. Nice gain on first down. They're going to mark him at the 39. That'll be a gain of 7.
Well, you said it. Nice drive, nice yards right off the bat to start the drive off. That's how you stay ahead of the chains. We'll watch the replay. Look at the offensive line getting a nice push up front. There's a little crease there off that left side. And then it's all heart and effort to get the extra yards after contact. Can't say enough about Carter Francis tonight.
He has been phenomenal, getting the start tonight for the injured Cade McKnight. 2 tight end personnel on this 2nd and 3. Another handoff to Francis. He breaks it outside, got the corner, out past the 45, out past midfield, and now we've got a late flag as there was some unnecessary action. I think I know what happened behind the play, as we had a personal foul, and Matthew Wallet, I think it looks like Matthew Wallet is down again. I think he might have gotten hit in a sensitive area as he and one of the other Hebron players were on the ground.
He had the pancake. He was adding a little too much, maybe, additional syrup to the end of that. The Hebron Hawk player did not like that. He gave some syrup back. I'm not sure who the flag's going to be on. It could be on both players.
It was a 13-yard run from Carter Francis as, again, he was trying to go up the middle. It was stuffed up, and he just bounced it outside, got the corner, and got to the Hebron 48.
Well, it's clear by the way that they are engineering the offense right now that they are happy to slow things down a little bit, take some time off this clock, and not give Hebron the ball any more times than they need to.
Let's see if we can hear this call. It is Matthew Wallet that was down on the ground as he was earlier, and again he's up and coming off on his own power. Still haven't heard a call from the officials as to what the penalty was.
It's against Hebron.
It is against Hebron. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct, and I think that was number 99, Roderick Joyner, who, when they were on the ground, he and Wallet gave him a little extra something, but right in front of the ref. So 15 yards moves it down to the Hebron 33.
That'll happen sometimes when you've been pancaked.
Quick screen out to Peyton Belton. He makes the catch, cuts back to the inside, has some room, makes a man miss, and then gets wrapped up. But he's going to have a solid gain as now the pile gets pushed, and they're going to mark this down at the 25. It's going to be an 8-yard gain for Peyton Belton on the little quick screen.
It always makes me nervous when the little guys catch the screens on the outside and end up back in the middle with all the offensive linemen and defensive linemen. Try to stay outside with the other little guys, but nice job to get what you can get out of that. Good vision, good little burst. Nice effort downfield. You see offensive linemen running all the way out to block secondary players. I love to see that.
That was a nice tackle in the open field that time on the defense by number 11, Dylan Collins, the linebacker. 2nd and 2, play action. Nussmeier firing one towards the end zone, has a man, and it's incomplete. Nice defense that time. He was trying to hit. That was Jamison Mayfield on just a little seam route, and the pass was just slightly underthrown, but it was defended well that time by number 9, Pharrell Giddens, the linebacker, who didn't turn around but stayed right with Mayfield step for step, and the ball just kind of hit him.
Yeah, sometimes it better be lucky than good, but he was lucky in the sense because he put himself in position to be good. That makes sense.
Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 2 now. Hand off to Francis, this time going over left tackle, and he is going to get stood up, and now we have flags coming, and we're going to have another penalty on
and a hat.
Hebron.
And we have a hat and another flag.
Here's the thing, number 99, Roderick Joyner's helmet came off during the play, and then he went back into the play. That is not allowed.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4 flags and a hat. So we've got a lot to unpack down there.
Well, what you'll see is as he's getting his helmet comes off, and then he keeps going into the play, making the tackle. You can't do that. That is a personal foul. If your helmet comes off, you have to stop. But that's the rule.
That's tough because
I've seen it happen in college too. You have to stop playing.
As a player, it's hard to just stop playing. You know what I mean?
But
that's tough.
I know, but that is the rule. If your helmet comes off during the play as a defender, you can't then continue as part of the play.
That's tough.
Now, they're having a long discussion about this. Everybody saw Jordan.
Well, something else happened later, too, after the play is what I'm –
maybe.
If you see where the hat is, something happened in that area because the ref had already thrown the flag, then he threw his hat.
Yep.
Then the ref behind him threw his flag.
So we've got a long
Everybody wanted to be involved.
We've got a long discussion here. The play was stopped. They stopped Carter Francis for only about a gain of a half a yard, so it was going to be 4th and short.
It would be 4th and short.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Two personal fouls.
Two personal
That's
fouls.
why we had 18
the
flags.
one that we talked about on Roderick Joyner for continuing to play after his helmet came off, which is a foul. But then they called a post-play personal foul on linebacker Dylan Collins, number 11.
And it happened back behind the play at about the 15-yard line or so you really couldn't see it.
So the first play is half the distance to the goal. They marked it to the 13, and now they're going to mark it half the distance from there. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Marauders at about the 6.5-yard line. So this possession, Hebron losing a little bit of composure as they've had a couple of really unnecessary personal foul penalties.
And Marcus is doing all this, and they've only had the ball for a little over 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no time coming off the clock with these drives.
1st and goal now for the Marauders just outside the 6. Under center is Nussmeier. And it's going to be a toss sweep to Carter Francis. Cuts inside, gets hit at the 5, still on his feet, and finally gets taken down at the 1-yard line. Just short of the goal line. I thought he had that gap, but he got hit. Nice job by one of the Hebron defenders to close up that hole, but he was able to power through, was Francis, as he had number 80, Grayson McCrate, lead blocking.
It's a real good
hit.
job by that whole right side to seal off, but there's some good pursuit coming from the other side of Hebron, and they're able to get the stop. But Carter Francis putting his head down and trying to will himself into the end zone.
That might have been, I'm trying to see who's down there. I think that might have been number 92, Kylan Moore, who made the hit initially. 2nd and goal now from the 1. This time Nussmeier lines up in shotgun, and he'll hand it to Francis, pushing forward, and he is going to be short. He's going to be about a half. He's going to be down at the half-yard line. Nice job by that defensive front of Hebron to kind of stand things up. 3rd and goal now for the Marauders.
Well, that was a big stop there by the Hebron defense. Now you wonder, what do the Marauders have up their sleeve from just inside the 1?
Well, I wonder this time maybe we'll see what they do. I think this is 4-down territory. I think they're going to try and punch this in.
I don't see why not.
I wonder if you could see quarterback sneak. If you're going to give it to Francis, I might go straight handoff, no tosses from down here.
I don't like the toss in the red zone. That's just me.
Handoff straight up the middle, and Francis this time, pressure comes in, and he gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He actually lost about a half-yard that time as it just collapsed around the ends. Boy, Hebron defense standing up in a big way right here on these last 2 plays.
I mean, you could be looking here right
what.
now. They're going to go for it. Play action bootleg, naked bootleg from Nussmeier to be able to run this thing in is what I'm looking for.
Roderick Joyner needs to strap on his helmet a little bit tighter. He had to come off. His helmet came off again, number 99 on that play. So now he's had to come off for this next play. But his helmet has come off 2 or 3 times on the in this game. Yeah, Francis lost about a yard on that. It's now 4th and goal from the 1.5, just outside the 1. Play clock is running.
Marcus taking an extremely long time to come out of the huddle here. I wonder if we're going to be looking at a timeout.
I think we are. Coach Alexander's now walking down to the referee. He's going to let the play clock run down and then call timeout. Tell you what, they got it. It was a great run by Francis on 1st down to get it to the 1, but the last 2 plays, give credit to that Hebron defense.
Yeah, and the Hebron defense has done a decent job with stopping the run inside the tackles, but in the red zone, Marcus has been, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that they have been perfect tonight inside the red zone. So,
yes, you're correct. They are 4 for 4, or 5 for 5 in the red zone. Well, 4 for 4 because one of the first touchdown to Susco was outside the red zone.
2 touchdowns came from far out.
3. Now that I think about it,
run, so there you go.
They've been inside the red zone twice tonight and have scored both times.
2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2. You're correct. Because the first pass to Susco was from 22 yards out, I believe.
Now, depending on your definition of the red zone, that could be in the red zone. Some people say 25, some people say 20.
I always thought it was still the 20-yard line, but I didn't think that definition had changed. People like to refer to anything inside the 30 now as the scoring zone.
The scoring zone?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, really now with kickers like Brandon Aubrey, that's anything inside your own, or 45-yard line is the scoring zone.
With Brandon Aubrey, it's midfield.
Can't wait for him to kick a 70-yarder this year.
They're going to give him, if the opportunity presents itself, I think they're going to try it this year, the Cowboys. All right, the offense is back on the field. It's 4th and goal from just outside the 1. Shotgun, handoff to Francis. He gets stood up, and he is not going to get in. The Hebron defense does its job and makes the stop on a goal line stand. 3 straight handoffs to Carter Francis, and he got stood up, and the Hebron Hawks take over at the 1.
And that's frustrating. I don't care who you are. Nussmeier, he wanted the ball in his hands. You can tell by his reaction a little bit that he's a little frustrated with the outcome, but you got to give it to Francis. He's been the guy all night. He's been the bell cow, but wow, what a play right there.
Yeah.
As the number 9 for Hebron.
That was the linebacker, Pharrell Giddens.
And
he just
makes
stood
the
him up
play
in the
of
hole.
the game for the Hebron defense right now.
3 straight plays. That Hebron defensive front stuffs Carter Francis, and now the Marcus defense needs to get the stop of their own. 2:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff up the middle, and not much room that time. Maybe about 1.5 yards for Hebron. Gets just outside the 3, as it was McCray Jones that time. And that's what, the Marcus defense got that ball stuffed down their throat on the last possession. They need to stand up here, pick up their offense.
Well, they need to get a huge stop right here. They cannot give up a 99-yard drive or 98-yard drive, whatever this would be.
2nd and 8 at about the 3.5-yard line. Snap back, play action. They're going deep up the sideline, and that pass is out of the reach of Tyler Hoke. On the coverage that time, Ethan Murtoff, he was running with him step for step, tried to throw it over the top onto the outside shoulder, and just Hoke couldn't quite get to it.
A lot of hand fighting going down the sideline. They let the players play that one out. No foul there. I like that because that was going on both sides.
3rd and 8 now for the Hawks. Just inside their own 4-yard line. Just outside their own 3, I should say. Marauders trying to force the 3 and out. Snap back, play action. Brock steps up, fires one over the middle, pass is caught, 1st down. Breaking a tackle out past the 20 is Hoke, out to the 23-yard line. 20-yard catch on 3rd and 8 for Hoke. As nice job that time by Brady Brock to step up into the pocket away from the pressure and then fire a strike.
Yeah, throws a little Matthew Stafford-ish sidearm there to a guy that just sits in a little open area, just sits down right there. Great job by the receiver to make a target for his quarterback that was on the run.
Snap back, handoff on 1st down to McCray Jones, breaking tackles out past the 30, up to 1st down range. Yeah, they're gonna give it to him at the 33. It's a gain of 11 for McCray Jones.
And why not give it to the bell cow? He's been doing it time after time.
Marcus defense needs to come up with something here, as we're just over 40 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at the 33 for the Hawks. And they're going to give it to McCray Jones again. This time, nice job filling the gap, only a couple of yards. They're going to mark this at just across the 35-yard line.
Whole defense in on that thing. I tell you, we're getting into the 4th quarter.
They're going to give him forward progress to the 36. They're going to say he got 3 yards on that, but we'll see if they run one more play. They're running tempo, trying to get one more snap off before the end of the 3rd quarter is the Hawks. They get it off. Rolling to his left is Brock. And he's going to go ahead and take off. And he's out past the 40 to the 45. Nice run from Brady Brock. And that's how the 3rd quarter is going to end, on about a 10-yard run from Brady Brock to move the chains. And we go to quarter number 4 with the Hawks, who started just out off their own goal line, driving the ball down 2 scores. The Marauders lead 35-20 as we head to quarter number 4. This is Marcus Football Night.
At Texas Best Fence and Patio, we specialize in transforming your backyard into a personal retreat. Whether it's a custom wood fence, composite deck, or a cozy outdoor living space, our expert team brings your vision to life with quality craftsmanship. Ready to upgrade your outdoor space? Visit TexasBestFence.com for a free estimate, where your backyard dreams become a reality.
We head to the fourth quarter here at Marauders Stadium on the campus of Marcus High School. Jacob Denimore, Tim Smith here with you. The Marcus Marauders leading the Hebron Hawks 35-20, but on their last possession, they got stopped on a goal line stand at the 1 by the Hebron defense, and Hebron is now moving the ball. They're at 1st and 10 at their own 46. Play action, pass over the middle, caught into the open field inside Marcus territory. Now the ball's on the turf, and the Marauders have it. The Marcus Marauders get the stop on a turnover. A great catch and run by Ethan Hellwig, but he got the ball punched out, and Ethan Murtaugh jumped on it.
Wow. I mean, they've been hitting that play all night, that little play action slant. Now the fumble, I don't want to talk about that because the receiver is actually down.
Well,
on the ground.
It's actually Tyler Hoke who's down. He's tried to dive in and cover the fumble. The catch was made by number 6,
that wasn't
Ethan
Hoke on the
Hellwig.
catch. That was Hellwig on the catch.
And the ball was punched out by guess who?
Who else?
Number 4, Easton Mitchell punched it out and from Hellwig, and it was number 7, Tyler Hoke, and number 4, Easton Mitchell, who dove for the ball, and Mitchell's the one who got on it. And now Tyler Hoke he's up now and walking towards the sideline, but that was a pretty big collision between the two of them as they dove on the ball. But just when it looked like Hebron was trying to steal momentum back in this game after their goal line stop and a great about 20-yard catch and run from Hellwig, Easton Mitchell does it again, forces the fumble, and the Marauders take over at their own 34.
Big stop by the Marcus defense, because this game could have had a whole different complexion had Hebron been able to get into the end zone on that drive.
1st and 10 for the Marauders now. Play action. Pass by Nussmeier, caught out past the 40. Susko spins out of a tackle and then gets brought down by the second defender coming up. But it's a gain of 8 out to the 42. Luke Susko having by far his best game as a Marauder wide receiver.
He's certainly coming into his own, isn't he, as a receiver? And you assume he'll just get better and better. He's a good athlete, plays on the basketball team. Does this change the future for Susko? Who knows? Maybe he'll be the next LeBron that we talk about, how he played high school football at receiver.
2nd and 2 now for the Marauders. Toss sweep to Carter Francis. He tries to get the corner, now cuts it up and pushing the pile forward, and he's going to get the first down. Oh, the ball's out. The ball is out, and the Hawks recover. This fumble is good. He was getting stood up and was going to have the first down as the pile was getting moved, and in the scrum, the ball got ripped free, and the Hawks cover it at the Marcus 48.
I mean, we've got some good blocks at the point of attack. But as he gets through, it's just a lot of bodies, a lot of arms. You got about 5 or 6 Hawks in there. Can't see how the ball comes out, but it does squirt free.
Well, they're trying to rip it. He's getting stood up, and they're just trying to rip it loose. And once somebody was able to get an arm in there and knock it free.
Boy, here we go.
Second time this year that Carter Francis has lost a fumble. 1st and 10, and now we have a flag. We're going to have a false start here. So the Hawks defense gets it right back after the Marauder defense forces a fumble.
Well, we've had 2 turnovers inside the first minute of the fourth quarter. Most of the fans, I won't say most, a lot of the fans have left Marauder Stadium thinking this game was in hand, but with 11 minutes left, Hebron once again has life.
First turnover of the night for the Marauders, although they did have the turnover on downs on the goal line stand by Hebron. Back it up to the Hebron 47, 1st and 15, empty set, and a pass is caught by Hellwig on a quick slant that time as they were giving a lot of cushion to Hellwig, and he gets all the yardage back all the way down to the Marcus 33 for a gain of 24 yards.
Those slants have been about 80% of the completions coming for Hebron. Really good designs there and such accurate passing, just on a rope.
Make that a gain of 20. Now they go towards the end zone, and that one's knocked away. Great defense by Bradley Izioki as they were trying to hit Helwig that time up the sideline on a fade route, and Bradley was able to just get his hand in there and knock that one free.
Yeah, nice job by Bradley on that play. Of course, he was out for all of the preseason, so this is only his second game action, and able to get his hand in there. He noticed the ball at the last minute, put his hand out, knock it away. Great defensive play.
2nd and 10 now for the Hawks at the Marauder 33-yard line. Brock on a quarterback draw, and Liam Hoskins just blows it up completely. Ball comes out late, but that ball, the play had been blown well dead. That time, that was going to be a quarterback draw from Brady Brock, but Liam Hoskins got in there so fast he hit him almost as soon as he started to look upfield.
He sure did. I'll tell you, there were some blitzes, though. We had two linebackers blitzing at the same time as Liam Hoskins beats his man in the quarterback draw there. Just no chance.
Yeah, it was Cole Schott who met Liam Hoskins at the point of attack. Loss of 3, 3rd and 13 now back at the 36. Brock in the shotgun, 4 wide set. Play action. Pressure comes. He gets the ball away. The pass is caught, and it's going to be a first down and more. Tackle's broken. Inside the 10, still on his feet and getting into the end zone for the touchdown is number 14, Javonye Broussard, who made the catch short of the line to gain but broke 3 tackles and got into the end zone.
Well, a heck of a job from Brady Brock with people all around his feet to get that ball out as accurate as it was. You'll see he tries the play action, that's great, but the pressure's still going to get. There's people right around his feet. And throws a strike to the outside man, breaks the tackle, shakes another man, and then he's off to the races. He's going to stumble here a little bit. He should have been taken down by Easton Mitchell, but shows some strength.
Yeah.
All the way to the end zone, and we've got a brand new ball game.
Yeah, and you know, that I think it was Asen McCray-Jones, but whoever the running back was in on that play, a great blitz pickup that time to give his quarterback, Brady Brock, time to throw. Snap on the extra point is down, it's up, and it is good, and we have a ball game, folks. 9:48 to go, and the Hebron Hawks are back within 8. It is now 35-27 Marcus. This is Marcus Football Nights.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Back here at Marauders Stadium, Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you. And we have a brand new ball game, folks, as after the Carter Francis fumble, the Hebron Hawks take advantage, and they go 48 yards and punch it into the end zone. The last 36 of it was on a great catch and run by number 14, Javonye Broussard. Kickoff is fielded at about the 12 by Peyton Belton, and he's trying to get to the corner. Gets up the field. We have a flag down. He's going to get up past the 35, but a lot of this is coming back as we have a flag back around the 20-yard line. But, man, oh, man, we've got us a game, Tim.
Yeah, things can change quickly, can't they? Life comes at you fast, and you have a couple stops and a couple turnovers there to start the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden we're in a one-score game.
Yeah, I mean, this all started with the goal line stand towards the end of the third quarter by the Hebron defense as the Marauders were trying to go back up 3 touchdowns. And 3 straight plays, they stopped Carter Francis at the 1-yard line. But then the Marcus defense, as Hebron moves the ball to midfield, gets a fumble on the second play of the fourth quarter. But then the Hebron defense makes a play again, standing up Carter Francis and punching the ball loose and recovering it. And then they take advantage on 3rd and 13. They get a 36-yard touchdown pass. Nussmeier steps up, quarterback draw. He's using his legs, and he gets tripped up. Great open field tackle. Still a good gain as they started this drive at the 10. It'll be a 9-yard gain for Nussmeier, but a great tackle that time by number 11, Dylan Collins, in the open field.
A great way to start the drive. You're backed up big because of the penalty. You can't afford to get stopped. And here goes Nussmeier with a quarterback draw. You got 2 guys out there blocking for him, although no block there. But hey, nice job by Nussmeier.
Number 24, Andrew Emmert, is checked in at running back on this possession, and he just missed his block that time. Snap back, little quick throw to Kogler. He's going to get the first down out past the 20 to about the 23, a gain of about 4 yards and move the chains.
Kogler's really becoming an offensive weapon in this passing game. Coach thought that would happen as the season progressed, and sure enough, here, second regular season game of the year, and he is really tearing things up out there.
They gave him 5 to the 24 for the first down. But yeah, the Marcus offense has got to get something going now. They had that long drive and got stuffed at the 1. Then they give the ball back after their defense gets a turnover. First and 10 now at the 24. Trips receivers up top. Play action. They're going to swing it out to Austin Allen on a screen. Gets a block, but now a flag comes in. They get a hold on the outside. It was only about a 2 or 3 yard gain for Austin Allen. Had some penalties here in the second half on the Marauders. Some couple of holding penalties that have set them back. They've been able to overcome a lot of them.
Yeah, you can clearly see the hold right there. He lets go, but a little too late. You had your hands outside the shoulder pads. They're going to call that each and every time. And that's a really big setback here for this Marauder offense.
Let's see where they're going to mark this from. I think he was a little bit upfield. Looks like they're going to mark this. They marked it from the 26-yard line. So it's going to be about an 8-yard penalty. That'll make it first down and 18 back at the 16-yard line. Staying in the shotgun, 3 wide set. Kogler standing up on the end of the line. Drop back by Nussmeier, getting pressure. It's going to step up through. Looking to throw. He's going to fire one down the field. Has a man, and it is knocked away and almost intercepted. Great defense that time. He tried to hit Austin Allen, and it was knocked away by number 3, Jalen Rayford. A phenomenal play that time, as that looked like it was about to be another great play from Nussmeier.
I mean, extremely dangerous pass. The way he had to contort his body to get that ball out there, but he puts it on the money. You got to give it to Nussmeier. He puts it on the money. Just a better defensive play on the back end.
Yeah, and it was almost a diving interception. I didn't see who it was that tried to make that diving pick. It was another one of the members of the secondary and almost came up with it. Second and long now, back at the 16. Drop back for Nussmeier, getting pressured. And now he's rolling to his left, trying to get away. Blitz came. He throws it down the field, looking for a man, and just overthrows again. That time he was trying to hit Mayfield, who was running with him across the field, and just came up short. That time, the blitz came from Dylan Collins as he came up the middle from his linebacker position to put pressure on Nussmeier.
Nussmeier threw that ball about 55 yards in the air on the run. That's not to be understated, because there was 2 guys chasing him down at inside his own 5-yard line. I mean, there was immediate pressure on that play. Nowhere for him to really go with the football. I felt like he was throwing it away, but there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, Mayfield was
closer than I thought anybody else might have been the way he threw that ball, but this is a big third down here for the Marauders.
And now we have a stoppage in play. It's a delay of game. Man, that's the second time tonight they've let the play clock run out. I tell you what, man, you have to tip your cap to the Hebron Hawks defense, as they have really stepped up here these last 3 possessions for the Marauders and made plays.
They sure have. And when the Marauders have gotten away from the run game and started a drive with the pass and stuck to that, Hebron has had more success than when we've seen more of a mix-up in the beginning of drives.
So back it up 5 yards to the 11. 3rd and 23. Out of the shotgun. 3-man rush. Stepping up, quarterback draw this time for Nussmeier, and he gets outside the pressure, trying to get as much as he can outside the 20 to the 25. He's not going to get the first down, but he got a big chunk of yardage back. But the Marauders are still going to have to punt this ball away.
They're going to have to punt this ball away, and Hebron, I think they figured out their offensive formula. So now a little bit of nervousness on the Marcus sideline for sure.
Yep, the Hebron defense coming up here in the 4th quarter and at the end of the 3rd and here in the 4th and making plays. to keep themselves in this ball game and give their offense a chance. Kogler back to punt. Line drive. It's going to be caught on the run at the 40 and up near midfield out at about the 41 by Drew Coster. They're going to mark him out of the, sorry, I meant the 49 is where they're going to mark this. So the Hawks down 8 with 7:08 to go. Now take over just short of midfield.
High drama at Marcus Football Stadium. We thought this game was put away a little while ago.
They were in full control, 35-21. But the Hawks pulled within 7. Marcus came right back, drove the ball down to the field. But that goal line stand has really turned this ball game. 4 wide set here on first down. Straight drop back by Brock. Now he's getting flushed. He's going to just take off and go. He's inside Marcus territory, breaks a tackle, and is down the sideline, still in bounds, and finally steps out. As the Marauders lose contain on Brady Brock and then don't make sure to knock him out of bounds. He got all the way to the 23-yard line.
I mean, Brady Brock, he's shown us he's athletic all night tonight, and this time he gets out of the pocket and there's just no one there.
Yeah, no contain that
nobody
time.
There. He points like he's going to throw the football here, but he's not going to throw. He's just trying to get Brady to kind of get out of his way, which he doesn't do, but he just kind of a lazy grab of the jersey,
yeah,
not a real hard attempt at a tackle there.
As great as Brady Moore has been this season, that was not a good effort by him that time. And we had some kind of penalty. Sorry, we were looking at the replay, didn't see what the penalty was. Something moved the ball half the distance to the goal. So now they're down. Actually, there's a 10-yard penalty of some kind. They added that onto the run. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 13 for the Hawks, only down 8. Man, this game has turned so quickly.
And now the referees come together to have another discussion.
My apologies for we did not see what the penalty was.
Huh.
It was some kind of penalty that was tacked, a 10-yard penalty tacked on. Maybe there was a defensive hold somewhere before he started to run with the ball.
I can imagine.
And so it's down at the 13. And, yeah, we talked about was not a great tackle attempt by Brady Moore on that run. Hand off to McCray Jones inside the 10. Breaking tackles inside the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Asen McCray Jones punches it in from 13 yards out, and the Hawks are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game.
And you feel like they have all the momentum. It feels like all of a sudden we're in Hebron. So they've got a 2-point conversion coming up. This is a play that they have practiced
and they're coming
hundreds of times.
This is what they ran earlier, like a swinging gate style of play. They tried a pass that was knocked away, and they're going to throw it again. Nope, this time Brock steps up. We have a flag down, though. This may be coming back. I think we may have an illegal formation. That's what we do. The line judge threw the flag right at the snap. They weren't lined up right on the swinging gate formation, and so that's going to bring it back, and I would still think they're going to go for 2 here, just backed up 5 yards.
Well, I haven't seen the swinging gate since 2009. It's been a long time. I remember the exact time I saw it.
It was, they had lined up at quarterback was Coster that time, and he's the one who took it on the draw, but back it up to the 8-yard line, and now the offense may have to run something more conventional here. But just a great run again by Asen McCray Jones, who's having a fantastic night himself, as he was, just all they could get on him was hands.
Well, this defense looks gassed. They on the field for 92 plays a week ago and on the field quite a bit here tonight, too.
Snap back out of the shotgun from the 8-yard line. Here comes pressure. Brock steps up, and he flicks the ball, and it's caught! Once again, as he's about to get tackled from behind, the quarterback, Brady Brock, just flicks the ball towards his running back, who didn't see it until the last second, and he somehow was able to make the catch and tie this ball game.
He didn't get away with it once, but not twice in one game, right before his knees down. Oh, my goodness. Who was that defender that almost got it? I can't see the number.
That was Easton Mitchell, who almost got a hand on it. And, again, the running back, McCray Jones, at the last second saw it and bobbled it, but pinned it against his face mask. And again, he's getting dragged down from behind by Liam Hoskins on the play. And as he's getting dragged down, he just flicks the ball forward and converts. And man, oh man, what a comeback by these Hebron Hawks.
We've seen some incredible football on both sides tonight. Now, Hebron with all the momentum. The Marauders absolutely, positively have to make something of this drive.
Yeah, they're making every play right now. The Marauders came up with the one fumble early in the fourth quarter, but Hebron got it back. They've been knocking down passes in the secondary. Hebron's making all the plays. High, short pooch kick. This is going to be caught at the 20. Nope, it gets through the hands, picked up, and it's going to be returned. Around the 20 and about the 21-yard line. Peyton Belton let that one, or was that was Peyton Belton. It was PC Carter. Let that one go through his hands at the 23. The only good thing is he only really lost a couple of yards out of that. He was going to try and catch it and return it, and it went through his arms, and he was able to get some of the yards back. But the Marauders now have blown a 21-point lead here in the second half and have the ball 1st and 10 at their 21.
And there's a flag right at the 40-yard line, and they're trying to sort that out. But if this thing goes even further back.
Well, the Marauders just need to gather themselves. Their offense has been moving the ball almost the entire football game. Okay, no foul on the play. The Marauders have been moving the ball very well all night long until these last two drives where the fumble got forced near midfield, and then this last possession where they had, they had a penalty set them back after they got a first down.
Penalties.
Yeah, and it's just they need to gather themselves and get back to what they were doing, because right now the Hebron Hawks have all the momentum and have everything on their side. They are playing like a confident bunch.
They sure are.
Snap back, and this is kept on a zone read by Nussmeier. He's going to get around the corner and get out to about the 25 for a gain of 4. The time is not this game is tied. They're not behind all the time in the world. They just need to gather themselves and get going. They say he went down at the 24, so it'll be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, we'll look at it here. Obviously, he's reading that outside backer who comes down, so he's going to go ahead and take up off the corner. But great job of everyone on Hebron playing their position and staying home, making that tackle.
Empty set here on 2nd and 7. Blitz comes, and that pass is knocked down. And a flag is down at the line of scrimmage as, again, the pressure comes in. I believe that was number 30, Mason Buniff, on the blitz, who got a hand on the pass. But let's see what the penalty flag is.
We don't see too many Nussmeier passes get knocked down
Nope,
at the line of scrimmage.
You don't see that often. The Hawks are doing everything right here in this fourth quarter.
There's a lot of discussion going on, a lot of unpacking to try to figure this out. And here we go.
No foul on the play.
So a lot of discussion to make sure they get it right.
So now it's 3rd and 7. What we've also noticed is now is these last couple possessions, we've seen Hebron blitz a couple of times and try to get Nussmeier off his spot quickly. Huge 3rd down here for the Marauders. 3rd and 7 at their own 24. Nussmeier out of the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Passes over the middle, and it's incomplete. And I don't know if Mayfield ever saw that pass. It was behind him. He was running on a slant, and I don't think he ever saw the ball coming in.
Yeah, there was 2 defenders there, too. I think the play was rushed. Nussmeier had some pressure coming right up the middle, and he had to get that ball out quicker than he wanted to. And now they're going to have to punt the ball to a very hot Hebron offense, and they're going to be set up right around midfield, you would think.
Yep, Drew Coster back to receive the punt, standing at his own 45. Kogler back. And a line drive punt again. This one backs him up and is fair caught at about the 41-yard line. Decent punt that time from Kogler. But, yeah, the Marcus defense has got to come up with something because they have just been getting run through really most of the ball game. I mean, Hebron's been moving the ball all night long, but the Marauders have come up with a couple of turnovers to stem the tide, and they need to come up with a big stop here.
Well, Marcus scores right out of the third quarter, and since then, after that goal line stand, you mentioned it earlier, it's been all Hebron. Nothing here for Marcus, and Hebron has just been on fire.
4 wide set. McCray Jones with the handoff, and immediately is into the second level and inside, and he's still breaking a tackle on his way inside the 25, the 20, inside the 15, and finally brought down at about the 11-yard line by Brady Moore. Linebacker's just not home at all on a lot of these runs.
His biggest run of the night, and he's been running the ball great all night, but this is the biggest one. He slashes through. Again, it looks, you get the feeling Marcus defense just tired. Look at the stiff arm on Easton Mitchell.
You say that, but they shouldn't be tired. It's not like the Marcus offense hasn't been on the field. They have been.
They just went through a couple 3-and-outs in a row.
That's 2 possessions. They shouldn't be tired. Handoff on first down, and a big stop in the backfield by Liam Hoskins as he gets in there. And before the quarterback, Brady Brock, can even hand the ball off, he almost tackles both of them.
Liam's not tired.
No.
He's got plenty of energy.
This has just been, they're just getting moved off spots. Guys are getting open. McCray Jones is finding seams, and the linebackers are not reading the ball, reading the plays correctly, and they're just getting run through here in this fourth quarter.
I'd be interested to see the time of possession in the second half.
Play action, and the pass is knocked down and almost picked. They tried that little RPO action with the quick slant behind it. They were trying to get Ethan Helwig again, and they've connected on that a few times in this game, but this time Easton Mitchell read it and came into the path of the ball and knocked it down.
Yeah, they've done that enough where you recognize it sooner or later, and that time Easton Mitchell certainly recognizes it. He thought he had a pick 6.
He almost did. 3rd and 14 now for the Marauders. At the 15-yard line. Brock drops back to pass, play action, pass over the middle is caught, and into the end zone after breaking a tackle is Tyler Hoke for the touchdown. The play action RPO got him again on the quick slant. This time they went to the other side, and the Hawks had the lead for the first time in the ballgame.
Well, Bradley thought he had help on the inside. You could tell. Here's the linebacker supposed to be right there, but he doesn't because he comes up maybe on the play action look. There's some miscommunication on the back end, and that's what happens.
And then he also missed the tackle. The tackling in this second half has not been good, especially in this fourth quarter, as he would have had him down at the 5-yard line if he had wrapped up. The extra point is up and good. 4:41 to go. The Marauders, for the first time tonight, trail. It is now 42-35 Hebron. This is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
From
The Marcus Marauders are up against it now. 4:41 to go in the ballgame. They trail for the first time tonight as the Hebron Hawks have scored 28 unanswered points to come down back from 35-14 down to now lead 42-35, as both offensively and defensively Hebron right now is absolutely on fire. This pooch kick is caught at the 19 and returnable up to the 30 to about the 32-yard line that time. That's PC Carter as he sets up his offense in good field position, now needing to go down and score a touchdown to try and tie this ball game. And man, oh man, this game has been insane. The Marcus offense scored a touchdown to start the third quarter to make it a 35-14 lead. Hebron comes back, gets a touchdown, misses the 2-point conversion, but then Marcus drove right back and was about to go back up 3 scores, but the goal line stand just turned this game on its head and fired up Hebron, and they've been on fire ever since. And Marcus has not been able to extinguish the flame. Snap back to Nussmeier on first down. He's hitting one, fire one deep up the sideline, and that is going to be incomplete, trying to connect with Jamison Mayfield, but the coverage was there as Preston Creighton was running with Mayfield step for step and had the inside leverage, actually, and it's incomplete on first down.
Creighton's been very active back there tonight. He's been impressive as a corner. Not very big in stature, but he's been in that really good position, and that time he actually ran the route just as good as the receiver. He's right there, step for step.
In this whole fourth quarter, these linebackers and secondary players for Hebron have been making plays all over the field. 2nd and 10 now at the 32. Nussmeier drops back, fires one to the far side, and pass is caught. Susko makes the grab right at the marker. That'll be a 10-yard grab and a first down to move the chains to the 42.
Great route, great catch by Susko. We weren't seeing that in game one, but we are now, and he's got those soft hands. He's been having a big game tonight. We'll get the replay. He's running what we call a comeback route, and then he has to get off his feet and lay out for the ball. Great job.
Empty set here on first down. Blitz comes. Pass is in the air, and Mayfield, he had to get rid of it quick, did Mayfield, because, again, the Hebron coaching staff have been really doing a good job calling well-timed blitzes. That time, an unblocked defender. It was the linebacker, again, number 11, Dylan Collins, who's been making multiple plays in this second half, came free on a blitz, and Nussmeier just had to get rid of it.
He got rid of it before his receiver was able to get to that corner. That's where he wanted him to get to.
I mean,
Mayfield was about to work that way, but the ball was already gone because the timing was messed up by the untimed blitzer, or unblocked blitzer.
Blitz bunch formation here on the bottom of at the bottom of the screen. Nussmeier stepping up as he gets pressured. Now he's rolling to his right, and he's just going to take off and go. He's out past midfield, and he runs over a tackler and gets a first down inside Hebron territory at the 47-yard line, a gain of 11.
That's how you endear yourself to your entire teammates. Break a couple tackles in the backfield, and then at the end of it, just run a player over, why don't you, when it's all said and done, and we've got a player with a cramp here at the 45.
Well, it's Matthew Wallet who's been down a couple times tonight, and yeah, he's cramping right now. He's been down a couple of times tonight, and right now they're just trying to get him stretched out on this play. 3:59 to go after that 11-yard run by Nussmeier. They're at the Hebron 47, now needing a touchdown to tie. As, I mean, this has just been an avalanche by Hebron in the last quarter and a half of play.
Yeah, not something that we would have expected for sure when we were talking about this game at halftime. The way they came out in that third quarter, went right down the field and scored. They went right down the field again and couldn't punch that in, the goal line stand, and all of a sudden it switched, and Hebron was the team that could do no wrong for a quarter and a half.
Yeah, I mean, they moved after that goal line stand. They moved the ball actually to around the Marcus 35 on a 20-yard catch and run, but the Marcus defense forced a fumble. And then you thought, okay, they got it. They got the stop they needed. Now they'll be able to do something. But on the second play of that drive, Carter Francis in a scrum that he was getting stood up, had somebody for Hebron was able to rip the ball free. And from that point on, it's been all Hebron Hawks. Handoff on first down to about the 45-yard line, a gain of 2. That is number 24, Andrew Emmert, on the handoff that time.
And no rush for Marcus.
No, you got plenty of time. You got 2 timeouts.
The way Hebron's been going, I don't want to give them the ball back if I'm Marcus.
2nd and 8 now, as now we're going to have a false start penalty. Allen was moving to the other side of the formation, and they're going to have to back it up 5 yards. Everything is 4-down territory now for the Marauders. This will back it up to midfield.
Wallet will check back into the game. Good to see that. He's been going through some struggles here tonight.
That's the 11th penalty tonight on Marcus, by the way.
See, we've been talking about the penalties, I feel like.
They've racked up here in the second half.
Yeah.
2nd and 13 now at midfield. Allen comes in motion. Nussmeier stepping up, rolling to his left, and fires it, and it's incomplete. He had Emmert leaking out of the backfield open and just threw it behind him, and Emmert tried to turn and make the catch, but just couldn't. Tried to reach behind him and make it, but that's one of those Nussmeier you don't expect that throw to be off target.
No, you don't, and it looked like maybe just a little bit too much spice on the ball. He tried to fire that thing in there, and it was just a little too hot maybe. Let's see. You got to catch that ball, though. I feel
the only
like
thing I can think of is maybe the defender, he was trying to draw the defender up off of Emmert and did that.
Yeah.
And you wonder if the defender maybe got a finger on that as he released it. And again, it is Matthew Wallet who's down on the field. He's been last couple plays. He came off a couple plays ago. He's been dealing with cramps here in the second half.
Yeah, you hate to see this. He comes in for one play and down right after that. He gets a nice pancake block on the play, but cramps up immediately after.
And he is, I would venture to say he's probably the leader on this offensive line.
Well, he's been trying to gut it out.
Yeah, they're trying to get him stretched out down there. It's going to be 3rd and 13 at midfield. Again, 4-down territory for the Marauders. Now trailing 42-35. This game has just been absolutely wild here in the second half. And he is having to be helped off the field now.
He looks like he's in the most pain he's been in so far, the most discomfort. We'll say that. Discomfort. We don't really know what's going on.
Well, I mean, you could tell it's some kind of a cramp. He was trying to play through it, and his body just may have had enough tonight. 3rd and 13 now for the Marauders at midfield. Shotgun snap back to Nussmeier. Fires past on the near side, and it is knocked out of the hands of Luke Susko as Preston Creighton comes up with another play. It was a back shoulder throw. He got his hands on it, did Susko, and Creighton just knocked it away.
5'8" versus 6'6", or 6'5", that's what it looks like. That ball needs to be a little higher. We'd like to see it just to be a little bit higher, but you have to give it up to Creighton. He has been playing great defense all night.
Now, timeout's going to be called by the Marauders. That's their second timeout of the half. They have one left plus the 2-minute warning. 4th and 13 at midfield.
3:04, 4th down. This is kind of a must-have.
Well, the way the offense for Hebron has been moving, yeah.
I mean, that's why I say that, because this offense for Hebron has been unstoppable in the second half, outside of the one time that they fumbled. But what's the play? Marcus hasn't had anything go their way offensively since that first drive.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So there's not anything that you can point to say, this has been working all night. Let's do this.
I mean, since the goal line stand, their offense has just not been able to get on track, whether it be penalties stopping them or passes getting knocked away, off-target throws. So here come the Marauders after the timeout. They're going to go 4 wides here with a bunch formation on the near side. Out of the shotgun. Nussmeier makes a check. Snap is back. Here comes the pressure. Fires one deep, going for Mayfield, and it's knocked away again. The Hebron defense comes up with another stop. This time it was Kylan Smart, number 8, who knocked it away from Jamison Mayfield, and it's another turnover on downs.
I mean, there was nobody open when you're looking at the field, right? Nobody open, so he takes his one-on-one shot best you can do. Just a great play by the Hebron backside defense. Number 8 makes that play. That's going to be Rylan Smart.
Kylan.
I'm sorry, Kylan Smart. My glasses aren't on. Pardon me.
And so now the Marcus defense is in a situation where they have to come up with a stop. They have a timeout left plus the 2-minute warning. They are in must-stop now territory. Split back shotgun set. And it is going to be a handoff, and there's room to run. Into the second level, inside the 30, the 20, the 10, and into the end zone, I think. No, they're going to say yes. Touchdown. A 50-yard touchdown run by David Price. And just like it's been the entire second half, there has just been nobody home on the second level for Marcus when facing this run attack from Hebron.
Yeah, a little trap play. You see 61 comes around, tries to pull out, doesn't really touch anyone, and no one touches anyone.
Yeah, not till the very end. Bradley Ezioki tried to get him down inside the 5. This has been, the linebackers just keep getting sucked up in and are getting out of position. Extra point is up, and it is no good as it gets pushed wide right this time. And we have a flag down, but Bradley Ezioki, I think, was offside, tried to get a jump on it.
They're going to get a chance to do this again.
Yep. An unbelievable comeback by the Hebron Hawks tonight.
At this point, you get this penalty, you might as well go for 2 and really make it miracle time here in Marcus Flower Mound Stadium. You're going to get the ball at the half
the distance to the goal. Looks like they're going to leave the kick team on and just kick it again.
See, I was in Dan Campbell's playbook. My apologies. A little too aggressive.
If you were up 6, I could see maybe doing that to go up 8. But when you're up by 2 touchdowns, second try. This one is up and good, and 2:49 to go. It is now a 2-score ball game in the favor of the Hebron Hawks. They lead 49-35. This is Marcus football night. Now the Marcus Marauders are in deep, deep trouble now. A 50-yard touchdown run by David Price after another 4th down stop by this Hebron Hawk defense, and the Hawks now lead 49-35.
Yeah, Marcus was just up 3 touchdowns. We blinked and Hebron's up 2 touchdowns.
Pooch kick is caught at the 24-yard line by P.C. Carter. Breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Out past the 35, and it will get brought down at about the 37-yard line. Gain a 13-yard return. Problem now for the Marauders is they have 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning. It's time now. And their offense has just suddenly gone into a shell. They just haven't been able to get anything going. And it's been, just playmaking on the other side of the ball by Hebron.
And the Marauder offense has been non-existent since that first drive, which didn't take more than about 3 minutes.
Since the goal line stop.
Closer to the goal line stop.
Snap back on first down. Nussmeier, he's going to fire one deep, looking for a man, and it is in through the hands of his intended receiver. That time it was number 11, Gabe Rose, who got open up the seam as he split the safeties, and it looked like it just went right through his hands.
It sure did. That's 2 points for Nussmeier. He gets 2 points for that one. That's actually I'll give him 3. That's a 3-pointer. That went right through his arms.
I'll just chalk that up to
wide open.
Add that to the list of things that have just gone wrong here in the second half. Receivers getting passes knocked out of their hands. A fumble by Carter Francis, and now that one goes right through the hands of the receiver. Snap back by Nussmeier, rolling to his left, and he's going to fire this one deep up the sideline, looking for his tight end Kogler, and Kogler makes the catch. Goes up between 2 defenders, bodies them off, and snags it, bringing it down at the 21-yard line for a huge gain for this offense.
Well, he sure is becoming a weapon. He's had a huge game tonight, regardless of the outcome. Has Kogler. We're not going to get the whole replay. Is there coming fast.
Gain of 42 yards. Nussmeier drops back, Now he's going to roll to his right, looking for a man, and finally gets rid of it towards the end zone and just too far out of bounds. Tried to get it to Mayfield right on the side of the end zone. But, you know, he was trying to keep the play alive and got pressured right there at the very end.
Mayfield comes up a little gimpy, and so he'll get replaced. He'll come out for a minute.
2nd and 10 now for the Marauders at the 21 of Hebron. 2:06 to go here in the ball game. And the main thing that was unfortunate about not being able to connect on that one is it would have happened before the 2-minute warning. Bunch formation in trips up top. Susko by himself at the bottom. And he's going to go for Susko on the fade route, and it is caught for the touchdown. What a grab by Luke Susko. He reached up with one hand and pulled it into his chest right at the 2-minute warning for another score.
I jumped out of my shoes. Unbelievable. Let's look at the replay. It's a perfect fade ball. Susko actually jumps a little late, but he's 6'6". Who cares? Look at this one. I mean, that was Odell Beckham-ish.
Yeah, he just snagged that. And again,
wow.
You had Preston Creighton on the coverage, and he was right there. Susko actually was trying to get in position to jump, but he never did jump. He just reached up and just pawed that thing with one hand and pulled it into his chest for the 21-yard score. And we are right at the 2-minute mark here. And the Marauders finally get another score to get back within 7.
Let's watch it again.
I know. This is just an amazing grab by Luke Susko. Trying to body off the defender. And
You're right. He doesn't jump. He doesn't even get that right foot off the ground.
He just reached up and one hand just paws it and pulls it in.
Hey, young man, I need you to keep your helmet on.
He's on the side, but
luckily
he's
on
off
the side.
the field.
You see the referee look at him like, let me look. Where are you? Okay.
All right.
Okay. Just be careful where you are when you do that. A lot of excitement and emotion.
Well,
I get it.
Here's the problem now for the Marauders is because we're at the 2-minute warning, only one timeout left. I can't imagine that we're not going to be having an onside kick here because there's just not enough time.
Not enough time, especially
and you haven't
the way
been stopping
this
them
offense,
anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The way this offense has been operating, an onside kick is the only play here, you would think. What a game.
Over 1,100 yards of offense between these two teams tonight.
Well, it's been a fireworks show. A lot of highlights.
And if you're a defensive coach, a lot of lowlights too.
See, I've always been on the offensive side. I've never really worried too much about those defensive people.
So they are lining it up now. Onside kick time for the Marauders.
It's going to be a guess because they're lined up the same on both sides of the field.
Yeah, you got Kogler and Diaz lining up. And it's Kogler who gets the high bounce, but a great snag that time. The wide receiver, number 6, Ethan Hellwig, jumped up and just snagged that ball out of the air.
Well, barring a turnover here, it just doesn't feel like Marcus is going to have enough time to get the ball back and do too much, huh?
They've got one timeout left, 1:59. Boy, that was a great job by Hellwig that time on the hand seam. Looked like Kogler got the hop to start to shoot, that high hop you look for. It started to shoot up, but Hellwig just jumped up and snagged it out of the air. Great job.
Well, that's why you put those receivers and tight ends on that front line called the hands team, because they've got the hands.
1st and 10 at midfield. Split back shotgun set. And it's a keep by Brock. He gets about 3 yards. Maybe 2. They're going to mark him at the 48, just inside the 48. Only one timeout left for Marcus. They're going to save it for the moment.
Save it till maybe they can see if they can get this ball back.
Now the clock will run. Just the Marauders just have not been able to figure out how to slow down this run game for Hebron here in the fourth quarter, and it's been all based off the zone read out of either this shotgun split back set, and they've either run the ball with the zone read or they've done an RPO off of it in the second half. Play action, and Brock keeps it, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get the first down and slide down inside the 40. And that may do it. He pulls the ball out on the zone read, gets around the defender coming from the backside, and gets the corner. That was Brady Moore, who he got around.
Well, and of course, he's reading Brady Moore, right? They're running a power offensive look, so you've got 2 running backs, one guy's lead blocking. Brady Moore just takes a step just a little bit down that line of scrimmage, and that allows the quarterback to pull it and take off around the corner. And Brady Moore has been outstanding tonight.
Handoff on first down.
Or Brady
inside
Brock.
the 35. Yeah, Brady Brock.
I said Brady Moore.
Well, that's the defender.
Yeah.
David Price takes the handoff to the 33, and the Marauders use their last time out with 36 seconds left. And really, all they have to do now is just kneel the ball. I mean, that's pretty much, that first down is pretty much going to do it. And this one's going to hurt for the Marauders. This one's going to hurt a lot.
Well, this is not a game, looking back an hour and a half ago, that we thought was in jeopardy of them to lose.
Nope.
Thought everything was firing on all cylinders. Something happened after that goal line stand that just changed everything for both teams. Momentum is a real thing.
Yeah. And what it did was it fired up this Hebron Hawk defense, that goal line stand did. It fired them up.
Gave them
because
hope.
They hadn't been stopping Marcus at all, really, throughout this game until that point. And since then, they've been making almost every play on defense.
Up until that final drive,
Yeah.
they have been pretty much perfect in the second half.
Victory formation, and the Hawks do kneel it down, and that's going to do it. So the Hebron Hawks, with an incredible comeback tonight, come over to Marauder Stadium, and they are going to get the win tonight to go to 2-3 on the season, 1-1 in district play. The Marauders will fall to 2-2, and they will fall to 0-2 in district play as they lose at home tonight by a final score of 49-42. And this one, they came out with the right attitude, the right intensity tonight, and were doing the right things to get that big lead in the third quarter. But everything just fell apart from the time that goal line stand happened late third quarter, and the Marauders could not figure out a way to stem the tide. And, when it looked like they were going to get a big win and get that first district win, the Hebron Hawks had different ideas. And it's going to be tough from here on out for the Marauders, as after tonight, as I'm trying to pull up the schedule right now, my computer's not being, they are going to be back home here next week for homecoming, and they'll take on Denton Braswell and see if they can get that first district win. But, man, this is going to be a tough one to swallow.
Well, the word of the week, I think, for the whole week, for the rest of the year, has to be finish.
Yeah.
They have not shown the ability to finish some of these games. I think that's going to be the big contention for Coach Alexander and the staff, is how do we finish these games? We do a good job of staying in the game, and then we're not able to finish. And this time, a 3-touchdown lead, that's a game you have to finish. And I think that's what they're going to be talking about this week.
Yeah, no way you can't. You have to find a way to finish this ball game, and the Marauders just could not do it tonight.
And now we've got Hebron. Somebody grabbed the flag. Looked like they wanted to run over and plant the flag, while Marcus said no, no, no. Now you see Coach Alexander and the staff separating.
Unlike last week, they were
not
able
as bad as last week.
They were able to quell this, unlike last week.
Hebron just got a little excited. They wanted to do something, and that was squashed quickly. But Marcus has to figure out a way to finish these games. That's the biggest thing. They're a very good team, very talented team, right? They play good team defense most of the time. Linebackers and D-line tonight maybe overpowered a little bit in that run defense, but this is a good football team. They just need to learn how to finish.
They aren't able to finish tonight, and they will come back. They will be back here next Friday for homecoming night, as they'll take on the Braswell Tigers and see if they can get that first district win and get things back on track here in this 2025 season. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us here from Marauder Stadium here in Flower Mound tonight, as the Marauders fall to the Hebron Hawks by a final score of 49-42. Thank you to everyone here on the Tradio crew for a great broadcast this evening. For my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, my name is Jacob Dedamore. We will see you next Friday night back here at Marauders Stadium as the Marauders take on the Braswell Tigers. Everyone have a great weekend, and good night, everybody.